clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
The place to get caught up, to speak out, to connect and be entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 3 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. It's Friday, February 9th. Your top story, ways to help Evansville after an historic tornado.
I'm Greg Matzik, celebrating the food of the peasants.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and looks like we've got an issue on the ramp from southbound 894 to southbound on the Rock Freeway in the hail. Watch out for that. We've also got eastbound on 94 slowing down a bit from 84th Street through the Stadium Interchange to 35th. The westbound side slow from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Hey, you could be our eyes on the roads. You can report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow morning, clouds, afternoon sunshine, a high of 39. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an emergency declaration in Evansville. Work continues this afternoon to clean up the destruction left by the first recorded February tornado in Wisconsin history. It happened last night. The Evansville School District was closed today due to the storm and subsequent power outages. All reports indicate only minor injuries were suffered by residents. One resident, Ron Art, shared his emotional reaction to seeing the destruction. He shared that with TMJ4 News this morning.
This place was so beautiful. And it's something that I've worked on for 10, 15 years, and it's all gone.
Meteorologist Craig Copleen joins us to talk about the strength of yesterday's tornado. Craig is with us coming up at 3:15.
Well, the Red Cross is on the ground in Evansville after last night's storms. For those who want help, Laura McGuire with the Red Cross says there are multiple ways to make a difference.
Financial donations go the fastest and the quickest during these times. We also have a call out for people that might be interested in volunteering. Obviously, we can always use volunteers.
Residents impacted by the tornado are encouraged to attend a town hall meeting at 5 o'clock tonight at the Evansville Fire District.
No children were on board a school bus that crashed into a mixed-use building at Holton and Locust in Milwaukee's Harambee and River West neighborhoods this morning. Police say a truck pulling a trailer ran a red light and crashed into the school bus. A woman and her child had to be rescued from the second floor of the building as the bus crashed into the only exit point. The truck driver was cited but not arrested.
A Milwaukee Cermak grocery store remains closed after being ordered to shut down by the health department for nearly 24 health code violations.
Cleaning crews were at work Thursday making necessary corrections at the Cermak. The report obtained by WTMJ indicates rodents, cockroaches, and numerous other code violations were ongoing at the Walker's Point store before the inspection earlier this week. The health department says the store will remain closed until it is brought back into compliance. The department's report indicates the business has until February 20th to be back up to code. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Mamma mia! Today's National Pizza Day. It's one of the most popular foods around the globe, but the president of the Italian Community Center, Sandy Winard, says it came from very humble beginnings.
So a lot of it became food of the peasants. It was very easy to take dough and make a pizza. And again, cooking outside, many of the outdoor ovens were very conducive to open hearth cooking with pizzas.
According to the American Pizza Association, 12 million pizzas will be delivered on Super Bowl Sunday.
Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucs, taking on the Hornets tonight at Fiserv Forum. Chris Middleton out with an ankle injury. Coverage begins following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. College basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette hosts St. John's Saturday evening. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visits Rutgers Saturday morning.
Citing unlimited WTMJ News Time, 3:04. This report sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Jason Rose is the president CEO of AccuRite Tax and Financial Services. They have document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
I think it's very accurate to call it a partnership because it's more of a relationship that you build up over time.
And your practice has had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems for years.
Yeah, they know what you need, they know how to help, they're able to provide suggestions on future improvements or changes.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology company. Here for you today, helping you plan for the future.
It's a great deal. James Imaging is the real deal.
And Jason, the bottom line for your practice?
Keep us up and running, especially during tax season.
Keep your business up and running with document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hello, home shoppers. This is Tom Hignite. I've designed an exotic new construction home that is, in a word, unique. When you drive up to this home, it looks like a very fresh, modern seaside Cape Cod design with 2 stories with a lookout tower. Porch goes all the way around 3 sides, first floor master, winding staircases to a finished basement. Big lot in a modern Hartford subdivision. But if this isn't screaming unique enough to you just yet, this multi-story exotic home is also available as a 1-story ranch. So when you drive up to see this 2-story, but are looking for a ranch, come inside and see how this design can be built as a ranch or a 2-story. Most all of it remains the very same. This rare open house is this Sunday only, 12 till 4 p.m. at 787 Wright Court in Hartford, Wisconsin. Again, 787 Wright, that's with a W-R-I-G-H-T Court. Buy it, build it, call Jackie, 262-628-9091. Build bold with Miracle, a Christian-based company.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Absolute Comfort HVAC. Worst time to start asking, hey, do you know an HVAC guy? It's when your furnace already quit on you. I've got your guy, Absolute Comfort HVAC. Brent and his team offer a full furnace tune-up for just $89, or do what I did. Bundle that with the spring AC tune-up, $150 plus tax. That includes discounts on parts and equipment and no fees for emergency repairs. Absolute Comfort HVAC. They're your HVAC guy. AbsoluteComfortWI.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
Happy Friday. You made it to Friday. I love Friday because I do love the weekend too, but I love doing the show, so I never get jacked like in other jobs, where you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness we made it through it. We're to Friday. But it will be nice to have a weekend. Going to be a little bit of sunshine, going to be a little bit cooler, but it's going to be dry for most of the weekend. All right, we've got a busy show. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But first, what are we tracking today?
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All right, Greg, where should we start?
So back in December, workers at the Starbucks location at the Marquette University campus announced plans to form a union. Well, today, it's all coming together here. They're joining the relatively long list, hundreds now long, of Starbucks stores unionizing.
So in a 12-4 vote, so 16 workers were eligible to vote at that store, and they voted 12-4 to unionize. This is the 7th Starbucks store in Wisconsin to join Starbucks Workers United in one of the most rapidly growing organized campaigns in modern history. And that is just a fact, no matter how you feel about this issue. Since December of 2021, more than 390 Starbucks stores in 42 states and Washington, D.C. have successfully unionized, more than any other company so far in the 21st century. So we're talking about almost 10,000 baristas have organized together. They say they continue to work for better pay and hours, safe working conditions, and a commitment to quality and culture that reflects the Starbucks brand that they built, and they will continue to take action. Remember the Red Cup rebellion? 5,000 Starbucks workers walked out when the Red Cups were rolled out before the holiday season. They say more of that is going to be coming, and they say more stores in Wisconsin will be targeted. So today on a 12-4 vote, the Marquette location right there, I think it's on Wisconsin Avenue, unionized. Not sure exactly like what that means to you and I if we walk in there. I think not much has changed from everything I can read, but they continue to fight what they say are better working conditions. All right, what's next?
Well, the Pro Football Hall of Fame class for 2024 is out. There are a pair of former players with Packers ties going into Canton.
All right, Greg, so let's talk through a couple of these. The first is Julius Pepper, big free agent signing. Twilight of his career, but still very productive, comes to the Packers. Tell me about Julius Peppers.
3 seasons in Green Bay, 23.5 sacks, one of the best at getting to the quarterback in the history of the NFL. I thought the Packers should have kept him, by the way, but he broke into the NFL as a high draft pick with the Carolina Panthers. That's where he started to rack up the All-Pro nominations and become one of the ultimate forces in the NFL. Had some time with the Bears as well, and certainly parlayed that opportunity into a free agent signing with the Green Bay Packers. That was a very surprise signing, too. I remember the signing day. There was just a picture of Julius Peppers at Lambeau, just looking around, and it ended up on Packers Twitter. I was like, where did that come from?
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, it was kept in secret. He is a soft-spoken guy, an incredible player, one of the largest men I have ever seen in my life.
Physically large?
Just massive. His locker was next to Clay Matthews in the Packers locker room. He made Clay look like an 8-year-old. Like, he is just absolutely massive.
He's not the only one with Packers ties that got in, though. Steve McMichael.
Steve McMichael, so known primarily as a member of that 85 Bears vaunted defense. And really, he broke in with the New England Patriots, but played the bulk of his career with the Bears. In fact, almost all of his years with the Bears, but did finish up with the Packers. One season in 1994 after they had acquired Reggie White in free agency. The team was starting to blossom under Brett Favre. That was a good developing young team, and McMichael had his final season in Green Bay. He's battling some health issues. He is not a healthy man right
ALS.
now. His nickname is Mongo, back from his playing days, but a multi-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro. One of the fiercest members of that 85 Bears defense.
So Packers fans are excited. Bears fans probably even more so because of the Julius Peppers connection, because of the Steve McMichael connection, and because Devin Hester, record-breaking kick returner, also got in today.
Yeah.
So did edge rusher Dwight Freeney, Niners linebacker Patrick Willis, Houston wide receiver Andre Johnson, and Denver Bronco linebacker Randy Gradishar gets in via the senior choice. All right, what's the third thing we're tracking today?
Well, what do you mean the tower is gone? An Alabama radio station is asking just that. They're off the air after their 200-foot radio tower was stolen.
So here's what happened. A guy goes to clean the tower. A crew shows up to Alabama to clean the radio tower and the building that comes with the tower to discover that the 20-story tower is gone. There's loose wires on the ground. There's nuts and bolts. But the tower is gone. They don't know who did it. So your reaction that you recapped was the cleaning crew then calls the general manager and says, we're out here at the tower and it's not here. He said, what do you mean the tower is gone? Are you sure you're in the right place? Then he said, I actually used more colorful words than that. There were wires everywhere, and the tower was gone. They still have not found it. They don't know what happened. There were no security cameras. And oh, by the way, no insurance on the tower.
Oh, man. How do you not have insurance on that?
That's a very good question.
I would think a lightning strike would be reason alone to have insurance on that.
So how this business works is that's an AM signal there. So they also have the right to carry an FM signal on a translator, but you have to have the AM signal working for the FM to work. We do this here, too. You can get WTMJ on the FM signal. So they called the FCC and they said, can we have an exemption to just use the FM signal? because the AM tower is gone. The FCC said no. You can't do that.
Just off the air.
They are off
Why
the
do I
air
have
now.
a picture of some guy walking along with a trench coat and a big old stick sticking out of it?
All right.
Anybody want to buy a tower?
So my first thought, Deb, and I guess I've been in radio for so long that my first thought is it's a radio format change stunt. That the tower is gone, and all of a sudden they're going to launch as like new wave hits or the 90s or something like that. They'll reformat change.
Now playing country music.
Yeah, right. Off the air, they come back on with a totally different lineup.
Could happen on Monday. We'll keep you updated.
Who knows?
It is 3:14 at WTMJ. Tornado yesterday. This was a crazy, crazy day. Meteorologist Craig Copleen on just how strong it was and how historic it was. That's up next on WTMJ.
WTMJ Now with Steve Scafidi.
We are so absurd with our politics now that there's an opportunity as we speak to at least try to mediate or fix our issues at the border.
Get the latest news. Hear the opinions.
We don't buy into the nonsense that Paul Ryan is a rhino, which is the most overused term, misused term in the history of political terms.
All in Wisconsin.
Little fear is a good thing. Fear punishment for bad behavior.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on WTMJ.
Guthrie and Fry water conditioning, water softeners. A lot of people have a water softener. Salt delivery. Yeah, you maybe have that. How about an RO system? That makes the water crisp, clean, clear. Guthrie and Fry does it all. I've got all of that in my house. They are simply the best in the business. Quality products and services at a fair price from a local company you can trust. That is Guthrie and Fry to a T. Sue and Rob have been doing this for a very long time. They treat their workers like family. The workers treat you like family. I've had them in the house. They are just the best. Really nice guys and gals. Comprehensive, reliable products and services. Fixed rental rates. I can't believe how affordable it is. It's everyday competitive pricing. It's Guthrie and Fry water conditioning. You got to get in touch with these guys. I trust them in my house. It's Guthrie and Fry.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Like $3 off all Blaine's brand dog and cat food. Rewards members save an extra $2. Get a free $10 Blaine's Farm and Fleet gift card when you buy a Seresto flea and tick collar for dogs or cats. And 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand wild bird food, just $15.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, I did not have a great night last night, but I've had a lot of fun playing Underdog Fantasy. Been talking about them now for about a month, and we know what's happening this weekend, right? The big game right around the corner. Got a basketball game tonight here in Milwaukee. You can get in and get signed up at Underdog Fantasy. It's a pick'em game. All you have to do is select the game you like or the players that you like. Pick between 2 and 5 players. Select higher or lower on their stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money in a single night. Yes, it's legal in Wisconsin. It is a blast to play. Must be 18 years or older to participate. So when you sign up, just make sure to use the promo code. It's WTMJ, and Underdog Fantasy will double your first deposit up to $100. So there you go. Potentially for you, a free $100 courtesy of Underdog Fantasy. All you have to do is use the promo code WTMJ, and they'll even add a special pick. So a special pick is like a freebie. It's one that you're going to get right. And you pair that with at least one more pick, you are off and running. Simple, fun. You can do fantasy games with just a couple of friends. You can run off on your own and do your own thing. You can mix golf and basketball, college and pros, you name it. So much fun at Underdog Fantasy. I'm playing. Join me. Use the promo code WTMJ. Have your first deposit doubled up to $100. It's Underdog Fantasy.
Discover wants everyone to feel special with 24/7 customer service as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Loziga. Hello, Deb.
Hello, John. Eastbound on 94. We are seeing backups from about 76th Street through the Stadium Interchange to about 27th. The westbound side is going to be a little bit slow from about 25th through to Mitchell Boulevard. The only other heavy spot really is going to be on southbound 43 coming in from just before North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette. And one other area of heavy traffic on southbound 894 to eastbound 894 in the Hale Interchange, a little bit tight through there as well. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy and cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 39. Sunday, cloudy, 39. On Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 40. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy, 41 degrees. In Milwaukee, it's currently 49. So yesterday, Greg and I are sitting here. We have meteorologist Brian Niznansky on for his normal hit at 5:35. And Niz, during the hit, started to get pretty animated as he was looking at the radar saying, this could be something. And you could hear it in his voice. This could really be something. And we got done with him, and less than 10 minutes when we said goodbye to him, a tornado warning was issued for Jefferson County. And then everybody went wall to wall. The tornado warning ended up being extended until 7 o'clock. And Evansville is where the tornado hit, and there are reports of damage. Thankfully, no major injuries. Meteorologist Craig Copleen is with us this afternoon with some perspective. Craig, we've all heard the reports that this was the first tornado confirmed in Wisconsin in the month of February. How big a deal is that? I mean, how unusual is it? It seems to speak for itself, but this just literally doesn't happen.
You're exactly right. How about never before happening? Is that rare enough for you?
That's pretty rare.
I mean, to be fair, it's possible that before the Doppler radar era, when we were able to infer the possible tornadoes from Doppler radar, a tornado could have touched down in a rural, unpopulated area somewhere in Wisconsin, in the history of the state of Wisconsin. But at least in terms of the National Weather Service or law enforcement or someone else seeing it, confirming it, it indeed has never happened in the history of Wisconsin. In fact, there's never even been a tornado warning issued in Wisconsin in the month of February, and only 17 severe thunderstorm warnings ever issued in Wisconsin in the month of February. The last time any severe thunderstorm warnings were even issued, 3 of them were issued in 2017.
So, Craig, can you put into perspective the category of storm this was? I saw the National Weather Service is rating the tornado in Evansville as a high-end EF2. What does that mean?
Exactly right. So the rating of the strength of tornadoes goes from 0 being the weakest tornadoes with 65 to 85 miles per hour peak winds, all the way up to a 5. So it's a 0 to 5 rating scale. A 2 means wind gusts peaked between 110 and 135 miles per hour. And you're right, Greg, it's being rated as the National Weather Service is telling us the high end. So you can imagine that wind gusts peaked at around 125, 130, 135 miles per hour last night in southern Wisconsin.
All right, so last night, Craig, you were at a concert in Dane County, and Dane County had dicey weather as well. I reached out to you, and you were kind enough to get back to me and said, yeah, I'm inside. Was that nerve-wracking as a weather geek? Was that like, oh, my gosh, I want to be out there? What was that like to be inside with thousands and thousands of people when there was dicey weather swirling about?
Well, 2 things. It was dicey and nerve-wracking because we drove right through it. We were driving from here in the Milwaukee area to Madison just as the storms were moving to the east. So we drove right through the storms. We were north of the tornado warning on I-94 during the whole trip. So it was nerve-wracking with that respect. But secondly, I'm a weather guy. When breaking weather is going on, in fact, unprecedented weather, a tornado in February is going on, I want to be in front of my computer. I want to have my earbuds in and be talking to you guys on the radio. And I felt disappointed that I didn't have the opportunity to do that.
I could see it in your text. I could feel it. You were like, oh, yeah. God, thanks for thinking of me. I can't do it. My gosh.
That's what I do, I'd like to be the person who helps other people understand what's going on, and if they're in the path of any danger. So I felt bad about that and a little frustrated in that way.
You know, Craig, some of the footage and the stations that have cameras just sort of placed about on the roads, capturing this system as it moved over the freeway in real time was unbelievable. I don't think I've seen anything like that, at least not locally. You talk about a just potentially deadly situation. You're stuck on the road, you're driving, and all of a sudden this thing comes through your path on Highway 39. It was just unbelievable.
and it was like summertime pitch black. Now, granted, this happened between about 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and it's not like it's real bright at that time of the evening in February, but it's brighter than the middle of December. You know, that between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, it's still relatively light now that we're here into early February, but it wasn't, because just like when skies get dark with thunderstorms approaching in the middle of summer, that's what happened last night. And that's why nighttime thunderstorms and specifically nighttime tornadoes are the most dangerous, because you have no chance of seeing it coming. You don't always have a chance of seeing it coming, visually, getting eyes on a tornado, even if it is light out. But you have no chance of getting eyes on it when it's dark.
Meteorologist Craig Coplin is with us. Craig, we've only got about a minute and a half left, but I wanted to ask you while we had you here, really, really, really warm weather and a real lack of snow. Is it El Nino, or is it something more, or is it a combination?
Well, it's mostly El Nino. This is exactly the kind of weather that you expect across the north central U.S., the Midwest, the Great Lakes states in an El Nino year. So this is turning out to be a textbook El Nino year with temperatures averaging well above normal. And we all say going into an El Nino year, that doesn't mean every day is going to be above normal, and it doesn't mean we're not ever going to have some super cold days and get any snow. We had it. We had our major snowstorm several weeks ago, followed by a week or so of bitter cold. But on the average, this winter has been well above normal. It's textbook El Nino. It does get folded into the overall climate change that's in progress, leading to generally warmer temperatures across the entire globe, but more specifically to this winter and the Northwest. Yeah, you can draw a straight line to El Nino.
Meteorologist Craig Coplin, always appreciate your perspective and expertise. Thank you so much, Craig.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
That was just a nutty night last night, just crazy. And then even after that, driving home with the thunder and the lightning.
Wicked.
February.
Wicked lightning. We discovered something. Our children have never seen hail quite like we saw it last night. And there was a lot of it on our patio collecting. Yeah. So we went out and grabbed it. It was a little larger than pea-size hail, but legit hail.
Yeah, we got it. House. We got it too. I'm wondering if my roof got any hail damage. Got to check that out.
Do you want that to happen?
My roof's 20 years old, so that wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's 3:26 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. All right, the S&P in historic territory. Benchmark closes above 5,000 for the first time. It's up 28 points today, closing at 5,026. The NASDAQ was also up 197 today to close at 15,990, and the Dow was off 54 points. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Market volatility, global issues. We hear about inflation easing, but it's still a real issue. More than a few headwinds this year. That's probably why Americans like you feel uncertain about their financial future. Just 59% of affluent Americans felt secure last year, and that's down from the year before. Boomers, not much room for error. Gen X might need more than a 401k. And for millennial families with big dreams, it's time to get real about saving and investing. Talk to Annex Wealth Management. Build security with a partner on your side for unbiased advice. Our goal is a plan that prepares you to maintain your desired lifestyle throughout retirement. Investments are a start, but you may need more. That's why Annex delivers tax and estate planning. There's an Annex plan personalized for you. Annex Comprehensive Wealth fits most individuals and families, but if you've got high net worth with complex needs, Annex Private Client is your solution. Just starting out? Annex Ignite is a great choice. Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. But it's simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle until I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
One day, a 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission structure will be commonplace. But for now, it's not the case. So you can pay 6% for what we can do for about half that, or you can pay less for full service. For some, it's hard to believe, but for our customers, they know it to be true. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, and our agents understand the meaning of great customer service. And you'll see they're the cream of the crop. So don't pay more than you have to. Pay less for full service with Benefit Realty. Benefit-realty.com. The reviews are in, and folks seem to like how we do business. And what's more, they can't get over the level of service and real estate expertise they get for far less than what they'd pay an agent from a big-name company. At 3.5 to 3.9%, you'll save up to nearly 50% in commission by choosing a Benefit Realty full-service agent. Everything they do, we do, for up to 50% less. There's no catch. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. See our success stories at benefit-realty.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: charges for car theft suspects.
I'm Greg Matzik. New flights leaving the MKE.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, westbound on 94, hitting the brakes around 16th Street, stretching all the way to Hawley Road. The eastbound side is going to be backed up from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange as well. Southbound 894, now we're starting to see delays from Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange on to 894 eastbound. We've also got southbound on 43 backing up basically from Locust all the way down past Fond du Lac Avenue. Back on the brakes through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy and cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, a few morning clouds, then sunny, a high of 39. It's currently 50 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, 3 people are now charged in the quick trip car theft involving children. 21-year-old Bobby Joe Reed III, 20-year-old Ladarius Latrell Wright, 17-year-old Bibi Usama are all charged with 3 felonies, including 2 counts of abduction of a child and vehicle theft. A no-contact order was also issued. The car theft happened at the Quick Trip near 27th and College Avenue on Sunday. Police say they found the vehicle abandoned shortly after it was stolen, with 2 children still inside and unharmed. The accused will be in court again on February 16th.
As recovery in Evansville continues, staying safe doesn't end after the storm has passed.
Laura McGuire with the Red Cross tells WTMJ there are steps people in and around Evansville can take to stay safe.
Do not enter any damaged buildings. Look around for dangerous debris. Stay clear of power lines. Do not use matches or lighters inside. If you smell gas.
And if you know someone, picking up the phone doesn't hurt either.
You check on people, check on your neighbors, make sure that everybody is well and safe.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Residents impacted by the tornado are encouraged to attend a town hall meeting tonight at 5 o'clock at the Evansville Fire District.
No children were on board a school bus that crashed into a mixed-use building at Holton and Locust in Milwaukee's Harambe neighborhood. Police say a truck pulling a trailer ran on red light and crashed into the school bus. A woman and her child had to be rescued from the second floor of the building. As the bus crashed into the only exit point, the truck driver was cited but not arrested.
Well, who's driving the bus? As of now, the number of licensed bus drivers in the state keeps dwindling.
Wisconsin's looking at a nearly 18% drop in licensed school bus drivers over the past 15 years. That according to a new report by the Wisconsin Policy Forum. Now, the problem may get worse before it gets better, since a fifth of those drivers currently are at retirement age. The Policy Forum says any efforts to hire more drivers will be a challenge. Higher pay would help, but school districts and transit systems are already cash-strapped. And reducing required training could help, but the report says that could be unwise given the tremendous responsibility the bus drivers carry. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
More options to travel out of Milwaukee. Delta Airlines and JetBlue Airways are both expanding their services from General Mitchell International. Delta will add additional nonstop daily flights to LaGuardia and JFK airports in New York. JetBlue will fly to JFK as well as Boston. JetBlue is also adding 20 to 30 more seats on each airplane. The newly proposed flights will start in June.
Well, does pineapple belong on it? Not talking about hot dogs. No, it's pizza. Fitting question to be asked on National Pizza Day. Italian Community Center President Sandy Winard tells WTMJ why it's one of the most popular foods in the world.
It's a sharing food, in the whole concept of, individual pizzas. But I think part of the whole thing of pizza is this food that connects food and family, because you make this pizza and you sit down as a family or a group of friends and you share it.
Americans consume 23 pounds of pizza per person each year. Does that sound about right?
That's a lot of pizza, but yeah, I contribute to that for
That's
sure.
a lot of Palermo.
Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucks, hosting the Charlotte Hornets tonight at Fiserv Forum. Coverage begins following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. And in college basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette hosts St. John's on Saturday. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visits Rutgers on Saturday morning.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 3:34.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Nothing says I love you like romantic, timeless jewelry. Even better when you can save an extra 20%. Right now at Diamonds Direct, all fashion favorite jewelry is 20% off. That's earrings, bracelets, pendants, bands, colored gemstone jewelry. Get 20% off Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable prices. Special financing too. Get her something she can enjoy and appreciate for years to come. A fashion favorite from Diamonds Direct. Shop in-store or online at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
What is evangelism?
Luther says it's simple. The gospel is a story about Jesus. He wrote, "Before you take Christ as your example, accept him and recognize him as a gift, as a present that God has given you and that is your own."
Dr. Michael Ziegler this week on The Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day, and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, "no appraisal required." When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, "no appraisal required," and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. It's more than a slogan to James Imaging Systems customers. For example, Melissa Clark, owner of The Blast Shop.
Yep, they are a partner. They're always there when we need them, and they are a pleasure to work with.
James Imaging Systems, a partner, a team working for your business. James customer Matt King, Associate Director for Hunger Task Force.
James Imaging staff have made the copying and document imaging within the office really easy and efficient so that we can focus on our mission.
James Imaging Systems, document imaging technology, software and workflow solutions, local service and accountability. James customer Chris McLean, co-owner of DBAT Brookfield.
They're a partner. James Imaging is a partner, not a vendor.
Start your business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
So glad you're with us. We're going to have some fun coming up here in about 10 minutes. Pat Laughlin from Laughlin Constable will take us inside Super Bowl commercials. We're going to play a couple for you. You're going to get a sneak peek of some pretty funny stuff. So stick around. We're going to do that coming up in just a couple of minutes. But first, on your Friday, maybe some stories you haven't heard a lot about. We like to call it
In Case You Missed It.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Hello.
A recent flight is on the ground there. It's getting ready to go from Phoenix to Austin. It's an American Airlines flight, so everybody boards the plane. As they get on the plane, several people notice that there's a guy near the front of the plane who's disgruntled, and he's complaining out loud. Maybe hungover, according to some reports. Maybe something weird going on, but he is complaining. F this, to hell with that, what the MFer. I mean, he's really going crazy. Some people intervene, and they try to tell him, hey, man, settle down. There's kids on the plane. Can we help you with something? And then he says, oh, yeah, you like that? You think that's rude? And he starts to pass gas, loud, like on command. People are really complaining now. They get a flight attendant to come over, and he's just ripping them. And it's terrible. The flight attendant goes and tells the pilot, and they are now taxiing to the edge of the runway to take off. They can't get the guy to stop, and he continues to go on and on. So the pilot turns the plane around, and they go back to the gate. And police come on and have to take the guy off the plane. And the guy, as he's walking off the plane, says, yeah, you liked that, didn't you? You brought it on yourself. And they take him off the plane. The plane leaves 30 minutes late.
Have you ever been on a plane where someone was kicked off?
No.
I haven't either.
Nope. Never.
I kind of want to be. Is that weird?
Well, as long as it's not this guy, because this is brutal.
Oh, very good point.
In case you missed it.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Hello.
A 23-year-old fantasy football veteran is also a lifelong Packers fan. His name is Bill Port. So when the Packers were looking for a defensive coordinator, Port thought, well, why not? I've been doing pretty good at fantasy football. Maybe I'll apply for the job. So Bill Port sends a letter into Green Bay. Resume, cover letter, points out that he's got a little bit of junior high and varsity football experience, that he's won 3 championships in his fantasy league over the last 23 seasons. And he's got a wide-ranging round of success. He did also put a note at the bottom of his cover letter that he prefers weekends off and go Pack Go. Port did not get the job, but what he did receive was a letter back from Mark Murphy, Packers president and CEO, stating this: Bill, thanks so much for your cover letter and resume regarding our defensive coordinator position. While your fantasy football experience is impressive, I regret to inform you that we have decided to go in a different direction. I hear the Bears have an opening. You look to be a perfect fit for them.
Oh, that's so good, that
Thanks
shade.
again. Sincerely, Packers president Mark Murphy.
That's fantastic.
In
He didn't have to
case
do
you
that. That was
missed
pretty
it.
cool. All right. All right. Dateline, Shropshire, England.
Hola.
Hello. Wait, how much do you think you would ever pay for a piece of produce, John?
For one piece of produce?
One piece of produce.
$7.
15 pounds.
7. Okay. Well, how about $1,780?
No, Deb, I'm not doing that. That is ridiculous.
No. Okay. Well,
That's
this
a
is
big
not
no.
only that. This is for a 285-year-old lemon.
Oh, I'm sure not doing it.
It was in the back of an old cabinet drawer. The auctioneers here in Shropshire, England, said a 19th century cabinet was brought in. And the family who had it said it belonged to a deceased uncle. They were trying to photograph it for the auction, where the photographer ended up finding this lemon, petrified, obviously, in the back of a drawer. The fruit was inscribed with the message, quote, given by Mr. P. Lou Franchini, November 4th, 1739, to Miss E. Baxter. So the auction house decided to try and sell the aged lemon.
It was a gift.
And it was supposed to be a gift.
Very generous.
So, thank you so much, but I think I'll hide it in a drawer. What? Anyways, it fetched $1,780 for the lemon. Meanwhile, the cabinet sold for $40.
Oh my gosh. It's $1,740 you said for the lemon?
$1,780.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Maybe that was a big
for
deal
a petrified
in the 1700s,
lemon.
right? You just give the gift of a lemon. Ooh, nothing
Must have
says I
been.
love you.
I mean,
quite
if it was
that.
like recovered from Pompeii or somewhere really cool, maybe, but just in the back of an old
It looks like
cabinet.
a meatball is basically what it looks like in the picture.
In case you missed it.
All right, up next, in case you haven't seen them yet, we've got a preview of a couple of Super Bowl commercials for tomorrow, and Pat Laughlin is going to take us inside the making of these commercials, what he'll be looking for during the big game, all that good stuff. It is up next on WTMJ.
Hey, Vince Vitrano.
And Eric Bilstead here from Wisconsin's Morning News.
Join us all week long. We're going to be giving away Barry Manilow tickets to the show coming up in Milwaukee at Fiserv Forum.
Looks like we made it.
Saturday, August 3rd is the show.
It's a night of singing along to your favorite tunes with the man himself. We'll be giving tickets away every day. Just be sure you're listening to Wisconsin's Morning News.
We'll do it all week right here on WTMJ. The show's on 6 to 9 every morning. It's Barry Manilow at Fiserv Forum on Saturday, August 3rd.
John Mercure here for senior real estate specialist Bruce and Jean Nemovitz. I know a lot going on the last couple of years, right? It's been kind of crazy. So maybe you have a parent who is ready to move out of their house but hasn't done it yet. Maybe you're in that position where you're ready to relax, move into a community where you can just have everything taken care of, but you don't know where to start. If you're at that point in your life, I know who you need to talk to. It's Bruce and Jean Nemovitz. They specialize in this area. I've worked with them hand in hand for years. Find out how Bruce and Jean and their team of experts will guide you every step of the way. It's downsizing. It's moving out. It's getting all your questions answered. Let us answer your questions for you. There's a free seminar Tuesday, March 5th at Berner Botanical Gardens. Doors open at 8:30. It's free. It's Tuesday, March 5th at Berner. I'm going to be there. Bruce is going to be there. Jean's going to be there. Their team is going to be there. 25 local senior community reps are going to be there to answer your questions. They'll have vendors that are going to be there to talk you through every part of the process. Tuesday, March 5th, Berner Botanical Gardens. But you must register. It's free, but you need to register. You do that at brucesteam.com. Register for the free March 5th seminar at brucesteam.com or give Bruce and Jean a call at 262-242-6177. I'll give you the phone number again, 262-242-6177, or register at brucesteam.com. Free seminar March 5th. That's a Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. There will be a little bit of breakfast and some great information. I'd love to see you there. 262-242-6177.
At Progressive, we love sports and saving you money, so we bundled them together.
The final horse now in the gate, and they're off. They're starting off with a double toe loop jump, leaving a difficult 7-10 split as there's movement on the inside rail. Only 9 pins separate them now as they head to the final quarter mile. They're neck and neck. It's down to the last frame. Here comes the axle jump. They bundled their home and auto insurance with Progressive. Win, strike, savings, gold.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
KFC's new Smashed Potato Bowl is out here looking like an absolute snack. For just $3.49, you get crispy secret recipe fries topped with creamy mashed potatoes, cheese sauce, bacon crumbles, and even more melty cheese. If you're looking to smash your hunger, grab KFC's new Smashed Potato Bowl for just $3.49. And for a little extra, add nuggets to the mix. It's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary. Tax, tip, and fees extra.
Traffic and weather. Let's check in with Debbie Lazaga. Hey there, Deb.
Hey there, John. Southbound on 43. Watch out for a little bit of a backup, basically just south of Capitol Drive, and that's going to stretch all the way down through the Marquette and over the high rise. So give yourself some extra time there. As per usual, right now we've got delays out of the Mitchell interchange on westbound 894 all the way to Loomis, where there's that construction zone. Southbound 894 backing up from just before Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. We've also got backups east and westbound on 94. The eastbound side starts to slow down at 84th Street through the stadium, and then on the westbound side right out of the Marquette interchange all the way to about Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 39 degrees. On Sunday, mostly cloudy, a high of 39. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 40. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy, still above average, a high of 41 degrees. It's currently 50. Super Bowl Sunday is almost here, and the commercials are a big part of it. I love the commercials. I just love everything about the Super Bowl. Pat Laughlin is the Chief Creative Officer at Laughlin Constable. He is with us in the studio. Pat, it's good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Great to see you guys, too.
When we talk Super Bowl commercials, does it vary a lot from year to year, whether it's sentimental, animals, celebrities? Is there a formula that kind of shifts and sways back and forth?
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that celebrities will always be a big part, and we're starting to see that already. A lot of big-time celebrities in the ads. The other thing is it depends on the times. I think nostalgia might be another big trend that we'll see this year. I think people get a lot of comfort in looking back, and I've seen a few spots like VW that'll lean on nostalgia heavily.
All right, let's play an ad or two and talk through it. So speaking of celebrities, how about we start with, there's one from State Farm that has Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor.
Cut.
Neighbor. Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. This lady is in labor.
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it.
It's like you're cold.
Brr. Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr. Bah. Burr. Bah. Burr. Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. Burr. Bah.
Burr.
Bah. Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Neighbor. A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. It's got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says to be continued.
Yeah.
This is an ad that would even work on the radio.
That's fantastic. That's really good. You can almost hear
audio's so
people
good.
just around the country changing neighbor to neighbor when they reference
so
State
good.
Farm.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny. I mean, you didn't even need to say who the voice was. I think we all would have picked that one up pretty quickly. It's memorable, and it plays off of what State Farm's been doing with Jake the agent.
Here's another one involving a celebrity. Should we give the name of the celebrity? You think people will figure it out?
Figure this one out very quickly.
Okay. This is another one you'll see on Sunday.
Nice ride.
It's the real deal. 100% electric.
It's the real deal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable. Wow.
Right. We both know it's the man. Makes the clothes.
You know, you look nice.
Okay. We done?
Hello, Mr. Walken. Does this table work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone say yeah?
Don't you got somewhere to be?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's only one Christopher Walken and only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
Come on. Spread yourself.
Pat, that is so good. That's an ad, of course, for BMW.
80 years old. Christopher Walken's 80 years old, and in this capacity, an official spokesperson for BMW.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so silly. Everybody loves a good Christopher Walken impersonation. I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but do either of you have a good Christopher Walken impersonation?
I don't. I'm better with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think.
Give us Schwarzenegger.
Stop eating other kids' lunches.
That's really good.
Pat, you give us your Walken.
My Walken is not so good.
He's such an awkward actor. I love every second of it.
I love it. You see the commercial. It's fantastic. All right, let's play one more commercial for you. This is one that Pat suggested. It's for Reese's.
We're making a big change to Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We're adding a delicious layer of caramel.
I love caramel.
But we're only making a few of them. A few million.
Wait, are you still selling the regular cups?
Yep. New Reese's Caramel Big Cup.
Yes.
That is so fun. I hope humor's back big time in this year's ads.
Me too. And I'll say, radio might not be, I didn't think it would be the best format for that spot, but it
works.
actually was pretty funny audio.
Yeah.
And when you see it during the game, watch it. I feel like it's one of those commercials that you're going to want to stop and actually go back, rewatch. There's hidden jokes all over the place. There's a grandma jumping over and crashing on a table. It's great.
Oh, that's such fun
So
stuff.
humor that always seems to win. However, you have to hit it though too, right?
Yeah.
There's attempts at humor, and then there's humor. Like the Schwarzenegger thing is funny. Christopher Walken thing is funny.
Yep.
Like that stands out to me. But if you swing and miss, how damaging can that be?
Well, humor is probably the hardest thing to nail. I mean, you see it all the time in commercials, Super Bowl or not. I mean, it's got to hit the right notes. We're going to see a lot of humorous commercials. I think when you can borrow it off of Schwarzenegger or Walken, who are always funny, you're already playing, with a nice set of cards in your hand.
I heard the Clydesdale might come back.
Yeah,
is that true?
Oh, there'll be Clydesdales. Yep, we'll see the Clydesdales. Bud Light will be back with humor. But the big thing, I mean, you just see the celebrities are coming back. It is crazy.
Why is Miller passed on the Super Bowl?
That's a good question. I mean, they must not think that the investment's there for him anymore. And I think Anheuser-Busch just buys up so many slots, they just let it go.
Okay, along with that, it's been a very challenging year for Bud Light, right? So can they achieve what they want to achieve with an incredible Super Bowl ad, or do they still have miles to go here?
I mean, they're always advertising. They're always out there. I think they can continue to get back on the path of just making it a fun brand and having these humorous commercials. And they've got such a suite of products, too, that they're just going to keep going back at it.
So big companies are going to still be around regardless of what happens with their ad buy. I think of Budweiser. Is there real risk? Are there examples of companies that have gone all in and said, man, we're going to spend a few $1 million and here we go, and then have gone out of business? Literally, it's not worked? Yeah,
well, usually it is something like crypto, or before that it was the .com. So it might not have been the investment in they got their name out there. The problem was the product might have been a little flawed or suspicious.
It's amazing. So last year was the crypto thing, right? Larry David, insert celebrity here, doing crypto. He called it one of the biggest mistakes of his life, which I thought was interesting. But along with that, I remember seeing a bunch of EV ads, right? Like GMC, Ford, and it was sort of mysterious, but it's coming. It's coming out. And boy, has there been a pivot away from that, it would appear.
Yeah, I think we're still going to see some of the EV within the ads. My guess is you'll see gas plus EV. I saw a Volkswagen spot. At the end, it shows their EV bus, which looks really cool, by the way. But they show all their cars. So I think we're going to see that. The BMW spot we heard, that was for the EV as well. And then the other thing, I think the new crypto will probably be AI. I saw a Microsoft spot that's promoting their new AI assistant, which is kind of creepy. It's actually very creepy, but I think we might see a little bit of that too.
All right, so where does an ad guy watch the game? How do you watch the game?
Well, an ad guy watches it in a very boring manner. I was asked last night when I was hanging out with some fellows, what are you doing for the game? What are your big plans? And it's going to be me, a laptop, a screen, in solitude.
Because you're
typing
working.
Away. I'm working. Yeah, I'm working. So it's still fun, but not quite the same.
But Pat, now we see all the ads ahead of time, so you don't need to work.
Yeah, maybe I'll take off Sunday.
There you go.
Do we literally see all the ads, or are there still some conventional ones that will hold back?
I think there's always a surprise. I mean, I think it was the bouncing QR code. I had no idea about that one. And if you remember last year, there was that Tubi ad where the announcers of the game came in and it looked like somebody sat on the remote controller.
Yeah.
Somebody's always got a surprise up their sleeves.
Have you seen the Clydesdale ad?
I saw it this morning, yeah. I saw it earlier today. It's classic Clydesdales. Yeah.
Pat Laughlin is the Chief Creative Officer at Laughlin Constable. He will watch the game in solitude so that he can talk about it with us on Monday. We'll see you on Monday, Pat.
Yep, we'll see you guys.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
It is 3:57 at WTMJ. John Mercure here for Town Bank. Town Bank is the best bank. For me, it's so simple. It's best customer service, best banking solutions. They all come together at Town Bank. I've got total access checking. Great checking account with free ATMs nationwide. What a pain it is when you go to an ATM somewhere. You're in Dallas and suddenly you stick your card in and it's $4.25. Do you accept the fee? With Town Bank, you don't have to worry about that. They view banking differently and they want to see your savings grow. They want to see your money stay in the account. They've got amazing new CD rates. And that customer service I mentioned, it is world-class. Best in the business, whether it's in the brick and mortar, whether it's on the phone, whether it's online. They've beefed up their online customer service because, let's face it, a lot of people do most of their banking online. There will come a time where you need to talk to somebody. Town Bank has you covered. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results. Start earning more. It's Town Bank. Go to townbank.us. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Delta Airlines and JetBlue Airways expand their service with new routes and larger aircraft at Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. Delta is adding additional flights to New York City, while JetBlue will be upgrading its daily flights between Milwaukee and Boston. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation raises more than $726 million through its multi-year Greater Together campaign. The campaign attracted donations ranging from $5 to $20 million from more than 4,800 donors. It encouraged giving across all charitable interests while also emphasizing key priorities for community impact. Festa Italiana returns to Henry Meyer Festival Park for the first time since 2019. Organized by the Italian Community Center, the festival will run March 31st to June 2nd, kicking off the ethnic and cultural festival season at Milwaukee's lakefront. I'm Linda Spice with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
It's the last resort that comes with a grueling and painful recovery. And from what I've been told, it never really feels quite natural. A total knee replacement may make the pain you're living with eventually go away, but it opens up a Pandora's box of other possible issues. And that's why surgeons who really do care will tell you that it's a last resort. There are other surgeons who cry, "Replace! Replace!" But the physicians you'll find at Rejuvenex are primarily concerned with relief. And you may find out that the relief we give you helps so much so that you may not need to get that total knee replacement. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics. Our FDA-approved pain treatments aid inflammation and lubricate your joints. And in most cases, insurance has been shown to cover the costs. At Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Brewers win!
Get more from your live baseball experience with the 2024 Brewers Ticket Plan. On sale now. Don't miss more exclusive Brewers season seat holder rewards, like your very own batting practice session, more can't-miss action, and more access to the game you love. It's your ticket to being a VIP Brewers fan this season. Plus, you'll enjoy savings on ticket prices you can't get anywhere else. Learn more at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And when it comes to exterior remodeling, that kind of assurance is actually what counts the most.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
You just can't pass on Less's Glass. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 4:01. I'm John Mercure. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Your top story, a man dies trying to cross the street.
I'm Greg Matzik. The president goes back on the defensive.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and we've got some delays on 94 eastbound coming out of the Gerkes Corners area just before Barker Road. And that stretches all the way almost to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange with the westbound side slowing down out of the Marquette out to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 slow from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And then 894 southbound slowing down from National Avenue down and around the Hale interchange pretty much all the way to about 51st Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 40. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a man is dead after being struck attempting to cross the street. Officers responding to the crash at 103rd Street and Wisconsin Avenue in Wauwatosa. The man was pronounced deceased at the scene. The driver stayed on scene and is cooperating with the investigation. Wisconsin Avenue in Wauwatosa is currently closed due to the crash investigation.
Well, the Evansville, Wisconsin community reeling from major damage of a confirmed tornado Thursday evening. Rock County Sheriff Curtis Fell says people should stay away from the Evansville area while recovery work continues.
We have some gas leaks in a couple areas, as well as a lot of down power lines, a lot of trees down. Don't come and try to take pictures or do anything like that. Let us do our job.
So far, only minor injuries have been reported, along with dozens of damaged structures and downed power lines.
The Red Cross is on the ground in Evansville after last night's tornado. And for those who want to help, Laura McGuire with the Red Cross says there are multiple ways to make a difference.
Financial donations go the fastest and the quickest during these times. We also have a call out for people that might be interested in volunteering. Obviously, we can always use volunteers.
Residents impacted by the tornado are encouraged to attend a town hall meeting at 5 p.m. today at the Evansville Fire District.
A Milwaukee Cermak grocery store remains closed today after being ordered to shut down by the health department for nearly 24 health code violations.
Cleaning crews were at work Thursday making necessary corrections at the Cermak. The report obtained by WTMJ indicates rodents, cockroaches, and numerous other code violations were ongoing at the Walker's Point store before the inspection earlier this week. The health department says the store will remain closed until it is brought back into compliance. The department's report indicates the business has until February 20th to be back up to code. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The president's team is defending him again in the classified document case. ABC's Andy Field.
The White House again pointing to why the Biden and Trump classified documents cases are very different. Prosecutors have charged Donald Trump with deliberately taking those papers and obstructing justice. As for President Biden,
he opened up every room in his family home and his beach house for comprehensive FBI searches.
Spokesperson Ian Sams also criticizing the special prosecutor for editorializing about the president's memory. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
Well, happy National Pizza Day, one of the most popular foods on the planet. But the Italian Community Center president, Sandy Winnard, says it comes from humble beginnings.
So a lot of it became food of the peasants. It was very easy to take dough and make a pizza. And again, cooking outside, many of the outdoor ovens were very conducive to open hearth cooking with pizzas.
According to the American Pizza Association, 12 million pizzas will be delivered on Super Bowl Sunday.
Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucks, hosting the Charlotte Hornets tonight at Fiserv Forum. Coverage begins following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. And in college basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette hosts St. John's Saturday evening. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visit Rutgers Saturday morning.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 4:05.
Richlands, we offer both comfort service and expert service.
Our comfort service comes with movie theater popcorn, hot gourmet coffee, upfront pricing, on-time scheduling, plus anything else we can do to keep you comfortable.
Put that on top of honest service from the most friendliest, hard-working people you'll ever meet inside a tire and service center. And well, we'd like to believe we're on the right track to meeting your expectations.
But when your check engine light, tire light, or any other light screams, "Service me," well, that means you're due for our other type of service.
Our expert service. Tires, brakes, belts, mufflers, transmissions, and even engine repair.
Come on into Richlands and put our expert service to the test.
And while you're relaxing, enjoy our comfort services too. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, your
due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature brought to you by the Freighter to the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States. Fortunately, there are steps you can take to reduce your risk. Here to talk about heart and vascular conditions and treatment options is Dr. Stefano Skena, a cardiothoracic surgeon from the nationally recognized Freighter and MCW Heart Team. Thank you so much for being with us, Doctor.
Thank you for inviting me.
What are common risk factors for heart disease?
Risk factors include a strong family history of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, lack of exercise, poor diet, history of smoking, and or heavy alcohol consumption, and advanced age.
What are the treatment options that your team offers?
We offer any type of option from advanced or complex diagnosis to medical management, ongoing follow-up with monitoring, and most importantly for our specialty, surgical intervention.
All right, so let's get detail on that. What type of surgical interventions does your team provide?
Although traditional heart surgery still has its place, and that include the historically most common surgical procedures such as coronary artery bypass, aortic valve replacement or repair, we cover all aspects of this from standard to minimal invasive treatment and more advanced and technological options such as robotic, thoracic and cardiac surgery. Our goal remains that to offer a treatment that is tailored to the patient-specific risk factors and pathology, but always aiming at the least invasive option possible. So this includes minimal invasive approach and the robotic options, which favor prompt recovery and return to regular daily life activities.
Dr. Stefano Scena, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Find a doctor who's right for you by visiting freighter.com/heart.
Well-changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
Happy Friday. Hope you had a good week. I'm sure you're probably looking forward to the weekend. Going to be a pretty good weekend. It's going to be a little cooler than it has been, but it's going to be dry. It's going to be all good. Well, the holiday season isn't over just yet. There's one more to celebrate, and you can do it with firecrackers. Here's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga.
Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, I know it's February, but it's Lunar New Year, so I guess, 新年快乐. Boy, I hope I said that right. This year is a big year in the Asian community. It's the Year of the Dragon.
We're happy to do the Year of the Dragon because it's a very powerful year and very auspicious, and everyone feels lucky when they're in the Year of the Dragon.
Local board member of the Organization of Chinese Americans, Anna Wong, says it's a special year that represents strength.
Many Chinese families like to have babies that year.
But be careful. Some say if you were born in the Year of the Dragon, subsequent years of the dragon could be a little difficult.
It's not necessarily unlucky. It's just that maybe you have to be a little bit more careful that year. You would think that it's your year and it would be very special for you. And so you're in a good year, but those who are born in those years, not the babies necessarily, but people who are born, they just have to be just a little bit more careful.
Now, you can use the term Lunar New Year and Chinese New Year interchangeably, but
a lot of people say Chinese New Year because it originated with the Chinese celebrating it. And with other countries coming in, I think just to make it a little bit more clear, they just call it Lunar New Year.
Mainly to differentiate it from the garden variety January 1st holiday. It's a really compelling celebration, too. I mean, we've all seen the firecrackers and lion dances, but what else is done to celebrate the holiday?
We eat together, so we have special foods that we put on the table that bring us good luck for the year, and we play games, and it's fun for the children.
The kids get a red envelope that has money in it. Lots of fun there. And the foods eaten have special meanings.
A lot of it is based on the fact that it sounds like fortune or it sounds like good luck in the Chinese language. So we eat fish, and the fish in Chinese would have a very fortunate meaning. We eat nuts for prosperity, for good fertility, and oranges because they're a symbolic fruit for us as well.
So load up on those nuts if you're looking to expand your family.
There's a lot of superstitions in some of these things, but it's been so traditional that it's just become like once a year that you look forward to eating all these things together as a family.
There are other things done with an eye toward keeping your good fortune, like doing a big house cleaning.
And you don't clean on the New Year's Day because you don't want to sweep away all your good fortune. And just have a clean house, so a new start really for everything. You wear new clothes, and it just signifies a new beginning.
This year is special because it is the Year of the Dragon, and the dragon is the only animal in the zodiac that's mythical.
All the other animals that we've had are usually animals that we are familiar with. We just finished off the Year of the Rabbit, and next year will be Year of the Snake.
So if you're interested in celebrating the Year of the Dragon, there are plenty of Chinese or Asian restaurants having special celebrations, and the Milwaukee Chinese Community Center is having its own celebration too. So here's wishing everybody a happy Year of the Dragon. Gong hei fat choi. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Debbie's bilingual.
I was born in the year of the horse. We learned that the other day.
Okay.
And you were the year of the
sheep.
Yeah.
I don't like
I was the year of the rooster.
What does any of it mean, Deb?
Rooster's
what does any
cool.
Of it mean?
Horse is cool.
Horse
I'm
is
a
rad.
sheep. That is so weak.
No, sheep is good too.
Deb, you're so
You
nice.
keep everyone warm,
You
John.
sure do, John.
Yeah, I do. That's so nice. Sam was telling us that the year you're born has something to do with it too. The digit that it ends in.
Oh, like
Right.
right. I'm a strong horse or something like that. What does it say?
Yeah, there's
I
like
don't remember. She's on the phone.
wood,
She left away.
earth,
Fire.
an
wood,
earth sheep.
earth, fire, different. Yeah.
You're an earth horse, and I'm a fire sheep.
Maybe
This year is wood dragon.
Wood
So-
dragon.
Wood dragon.
That sounds
yep.
like a cocktail.
Now, see, dragon
know.
is cool.
It is
I want to be a
cool.
dragon,
Okay.
but I'm not. I'm
I don't
a
think you
sheep.
can go back on
You're
that. I think
a
it's done.
sheep.
I think it's done.
See, I feel so terrible that I'm a sheep, and Deb was saying, that's okay, you're warm, and now she's laughing.
You're
She's
wearing
like,
a,
God,
you're
No, you
wearing
just
a
keep
wool
bringing it
sweater. You're
up.
wearing this nice
That's
wool
okay.
sweater.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting an inferiority complex. Okay. I'd rather be a rooster, Deb. You're a rooster.
yeah, unless they call it what it's actually cock-a-doodle-doo, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean. The
you're a
first
cock-a-doodle-dooer.
syllable. You see, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, nice piece. That was fun. It is 4:14 at WTMJ. We head to the Northwoods up next.
The home of the Brewers.
Very deep. Get up. Get up. Get out of here. Go.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Be sure to load up on Vienna Beef hot dogs for this weekend's big football game. The official hot dog of the Milwaukee Brewers is Vienna Beef. Manufactured and produced since 1893. Available at select grocers and hot dog stands near you.
Helping people and families who are seriously injured in accidents. Boy, they stand up for victims and take the burden off your shoulders. Talking about Gruber Law Offices. You've seen David, right? You know the tagline, one call, that's all. It is way more than just a tagline or a catchy slogan. It's how they do business at Gruber, providing the best care, service, and representation, all top priorities. And there is no fee with Gruber. No, there is no cost to call or consult and retain the firm. There's never a fee, as a matter of fact, until they win your case. Gruber, one of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest. They are local, 35 years plus, going strong, but also nationally recognized. And if it's Gruber, you know they're getting behind some of the best causes in Wisconsin. That's right. Learn about how they give back to the community, all sorts of different ways, and connect with Gruber Law Offices if you are seriously hurt in an accident. Gruber-law.com, 414-276-6666.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but despite what a certain national online company tells you, a car's not one of them.
Let's see. Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat bar. Oh, here we go. Green 4-door hatchback. Honey, we're gonna need some more quarters.
Sure, they make it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online. And unlike those national companies, you get to see the vehicle in person and test drive it before you buy it. You also have the assurance that the vehicle's been thoroughly tested, and if any issue does come up, your local Adam member dealer is right here to service it. And can also provide low financing and top dollar for your trade. Think about that before you take a chance with their so-called vending machine.
What? It's stuck. No! Oh, rats.
Start your search at adamm.com.
Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, where they transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. Just today, I was talking to the president of Azura, and she was telling me it's about compassion and empathy, really. Treating those that live in their facilities like they're members of their family. Kindness is at the core at Azura. I know this is a tough decision. I know it's not an easy topic, but it's so important. Make sure that your loved one is in a place that you can be proud of. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. 14 locations in Wisconsin, 4 in the Milwaukee area. I've been in their facilities. They are top-notch. Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. All right, let's check those roads. Good afternoon, Debbie Lazaga.
Good afternoon, John. Eastbound 94, going to be heavy, 84th Street through the Stadium Interchange. And also the westbound side's backing up from about 16th all the way to about Hawley Road. Southbound 43, watch for delays from just south of Capitol Drive. Pretty much solid all the way down through the Marquette, though, and over the high-rise bridge. 894 southbound is a little bit heavy from about Beloit Road down and around the Hale Interchange. Does not really let up until you get past 51st Street. And don't forget, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you do happen to see something we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny most of the day, a high of 39. On Sunday, mostly cloudy, a high of 39. And on Monday, mostly sunny, 40. Tuesday, cloudy, 41. It is currently 48 degrees. Devastation in the Northwoods because of the lack of snow. It's just bad. Companies are in danger of literally going out of business. We've been reporting on this and how somebody needs to help up there. Cody's Point of View is in Phelps, and it is a beautiful place, and they are being devastated by the lack of this winter. Genevieve Cody is with us this afternoon. Genevieve, thank you so much for making some time for us.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
So this really jumped out at me, and I want you to fill this in after I give the statistic. You are set to lose $20,000 this winter due to canceled stays and much lower bookings. That's double what you lost through the entire pandemic. This is amazing.
We actually, it's a little bit higher than that. We did a fine-tuned calculation yesterday, but, we just heard that a gas station right down the road is losing $4,000 to $5,000 a day. This is just a completely unprecedented situation here.
Genevieve, how can you recover? Or do you need to work at building in mechanisms for future years that allow you to absorb a big change in weather like this?
Yeah, regardless of folks' politics on climate change, we've owned our resort five years now. This is our sixth winter here. And 4 of the 6 winters, we had record snowfalls here, like completely, most snow ever. And then this year we have this. So it's for whatever reason, these days it seems more volatile. And in with the good, out with the bad. But, I think part of what is odd is that Vilas County is much more reliant on tourism for its economy than the other counties in the state. And, I think from an economic perspective, I have an economic development background besides owning a lake resort. It just means a different way of doing business, as you say. And I think part of it is what the employers are facing with the continuity of having the same employees year round and then having to lay them off. You can't keep those quality employees, especially in a time when unemployment is so low. It's a challenge. And so, there's not a clean cut resolution here, but I think it's really, we don't want to go away from tourism. This is a wonderful area for tourism. There's so much to do. It's such a special place. But at the same time, how do you plan for this? It's like the 100-year flood, so to speak.
So, Genevieve, take us inside the numbers because you have crunched the numbers a little bit. When it comes to reliance on tourism, specifically outdoor sports tourism, and how weather plays in, take us inside what you discovered about Vilas County.
Well, Travel Wisconsin, the state's tourism arm, releases every year an economic impact report of the impact of tourism by county. And if you create a ratio of that figure of millions of dollars spent by tourists in the different counties as a part of a component of a ratio with the gross domestic product by county, which is the overall economy, essentially, you get a ratio of how much tourism is a part of the economy. And Vilas County, where we live, seems to be possibly the most affected of sorts. We are close to double 94% of other counties in the state of our reliance on tourism. It's just a much larger percent. 34% of our economy is tourism-based. And with that, so much of our tourism is outdoor-based here, where that's not the case of other tourism hotspots around the state. So, I think we were just primed, along with some of the other counties in the Northwoods that do focus on tourism more, like Oneida County and some of the others, that this particularly hit us hard.
So
the snowmobile trails in this area have never not opened. ever.
So paint the picture for us. So if somebody is saying, well, yeah, the trails aren't open, I'm not going to go up there, what else could they do? What is still a great option if you're heading up? Don't cancel your plans. Come stay with us, and you can still do what? What would be at the top of that list?
Well, ice fishing. We still have ice, shockingly. I don't know why. It's the warm weather we've had. But, coming up with different winter events and just this is more of a getaway. There's a foodie scene up here. There's more things that you can do besides just sports. There's cross-country skiing. We're a half hour from some great downhill skiing mountains in the lower upper peninsula. So there's still a ton to do and great restaurants and things. And while it might not be the idealistic winter getaway that folks paint that, their head in the picture, it's still a fun getaway, and you get yourself out of your area and try something new.
Genevieve Cody is with us. Genevieve, when I first started looking into this after being up in the Northwoods, I was really genuinely surprised to find out that we have emergency options for farmers and agriculture, and they're protected in the cases of drought or flooding or other things like that. But our tourism industry, which we tout and brag about and run commercials in other states about, really doesn't have the same protections. Did that surprise you?
It really did, frankly. This is a drought, if you want to think of it that way. We haven't had the snow. And the National Weather Service has created, data sets and maps of which counties are most affected by it, and we're right smack dab in the middle of it. But, for certain counties around the state that are so ag-based, there are existing mechanisms and more straightforward means of assisting those sorts of businesses when something like this happens. There's means to help businesses when there's a 100-year flood. There's means to help businesses when there's a tornado. But, there isn't a clear-cut mechanism that is there. There are programs like the Small Business Administration of the federal government. If you're declared a disaster area by the SBA, then small businesses are then eligible for it's economic injury disaster loans. And there's also, you can get a similar declaration from the Economic Development Administration, which you would do through your regional economic development district. So there are ways to do it, but, I get a real sense that there is a mixed appetite for going after those sorts of programs and dollars from some of our elected officials and programs in the area. Some are very open to it, and others are much more lukewarm to the idea, I guess you could say.
Genevieve, how are you managing staff at your place?
We did, unfortunately, have to lay off one of our three staff, but it just is what it is. And you keep trying to move forward. Part of our philosophy at our business is, this has to be a quality place for people to work, and they should be able to trust that they have work committed to them year-round. And when you have to lay people off, it doesn't help anybody, right? And so we're going to have to rebuild our team come this spring and summer, but we'll figure it out. We always do.
Are you reaching the limit of what you can sustain and survive?
I would not say that by any means. We're a great business. We actually are the top search result for ice fishing resorts in Wisconsin and other search terms for that. So we still have a base, and we're definitely not hurting as bad as some of the other businesses in the area, but we are hurting. We lost half of our business this winter. But it's not the whole season. We tend to get much more income from the weekly cabin rentals in the summer, and that's still in place. But it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not. I hope somebody's listening. The gas station you told us about losing $4,000 or $5,000 a day, that cannot be sustainable. And I heard that when I was up there, that some places said they don't know if they'll survive it or not.
Yeah. Well, if I may just make one other comment, in a situation like this, I think we have to think of outside of the box of what are tourists still interested in doing. Tourism is such an experience-based purchase that people make, and just saying that they can come to trails up here that are, not covered with snow is not going to be enough, in my opinion, to make a tourism purchase. So we need to be thinking outside the box with events and, different things that people can do that we still have up here that are enough to get people to make that purchase. And part of it is, maybe the state, folks around the state are just willing to make an extra trip and think outside the box and come taste some different food at some really awesome restaurants and do some different things that they've never tried before, like ice fishing, to help support the economy through this odd time.
Yep, I think you're right. If you got the trip booked or usually go in February, get up there and make it happen. Genevieve Cody and her husband own Cody's Point of View in Phelps. Thank you, Genevieve.
Thank you for your time. Take care.
It is 4:27. at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow was off today. Let's start with that. It was down 55 points. But the real news today was that the S&P 500 finished over 5,000 for the first time ever. It was up 28 points. It sits at 5,026. The NASDAQ up 197 today, closing at 15,990. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. Griffin Ford in Waukesha. I've bought a couple of cars at Griffin Ford in Waukesha. My favorite car I've ever owned is a Ford Explorer that I still own, and I got it at Griffin Ford in Waukesha, and they've got a lot of vehicles for you to choose from. Right now, over 180 new vehicles in stock, ready to preview. They'll make the best use of your time and the best bang for your buck. Choose from over 50 new Ford F-150s, F-250s, the F-350. They stock more F-Series than their competition. That's why they help more friends and family buy F-Series. Shop their wide range at griffinford.com today. Check out popular and affordable SUVs like the Ford Escape and the Bronco Sport. I tell you, I got my Ford Explorer there, and it's fantastic. Over 135 pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and sedans available starting at $69.74. And right now, Griffin's Valentine's Day special is going on. They'll inspect and rotate your tires, check your battery, a complete multi-point inspection, check your heat, change your wiper blades and air filter for $179.95. It is Griffin. When I shop at Griffin Ford.
Spectrum Business is made to work like your small business. Made to do it all with fast, ultra-reliable internet, phone, and mobile services. And made to work with a small business budget. Get 600 megabit per second business internet for just $49.99 a month for 1 year with select bundles. Plus, get an unlimited mobile line for free. Visit spectrum.com/work to lock in this deal now. Learn more at spectrum.com/work. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina Pro Plan dog or cat food. Pro Plan uses advanced nutrition to create targeted formulas that help your unique pets thrive as they age and develop. So shop our assortment today and find the right Pro Plan formula for your dog or cat at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, your local family-owned developer of personal outdoor dreamscapes, has added the ultimate backyard feature. That's right, spend all summer, every summer on vacation in your own backyard with a classic in-ground swimming pool. You've dreamed about it. Now take your dream ideas to Outdoor Living Unlimited. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, and now your own swimming pool. See it all at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com, then put them to work for you. Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Hey, thanks, Greg. Want to tell you about my favorite place, my favorite location for hounds and humans. It is the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. Have you been to this place yet? State-of-the-art facility right off Silver Spring. It is 12,000 square feet, designed for dogs. It's not a retrofit. There's a great tavern. You can grab a drink, catch a game, meet others with your pup or without. Just hang out at the Hounds and Tap. And if you want, have your dog explore the dog park. It's a mud-free dog park, by the way. That sounds pretty good about now. Fun, happy, clean, and safe. It's a great place, the Hounds and Tap. They also have doggy daycare, boarding, grooming services. It really is a one-stop shop. Again, bring your dog or don't. Just hang out at the Hounds and Tap. But I'm telling you, your dog is going to love it. Food trucks are commonplace at the Hounds and Tap. Fundraisers, there's bingo night. Every Sunday's a family day. Load up the car, bring people to the Hounds and Tap, and hang out. TheHoundsandTap.com, where every day is a play day.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Shop Ken Michaels Furniture's January New Year's sale for savings up to 50% off on better quality furniture and mattresses. Showrooms in Greenfield, Brookfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:31. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: school bus crashes into a building.
I'm Greg Matzik. Staying safe after the storm.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Southbound 43, seeing backups basically from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. That's adding a few minutes onto your ride. We're up to 15 from Brown Deer Road all the way into downtown. The westbound side of 94 backing up from 16th Street through the stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is backed up right out of the Zoo interchange to about 27th Street. And then the bypass heading southbound from just before Beloit Road. You'll be hitting the brakes, and that takes you all the way down and around the Hale interchange onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 40 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, no children were on board a school bus that crashed into a mixed-use building at Holton and Locust in Milwaukee's Harambe neighborhood this morning. Police say a truck pulling a trailer ran a red light and crashed into the school bus. A woman and her child had to be rescued from the second floor of the building as the bus crashed into the only exit point. The truck driver was cited but not arrested.
Well, who's driving the bus? As of now, the number of licensed bus drivers in the state of Wisconsin keeps going down.
Wisconsin's looking at a nearly 18% drop in licensed school bus drivers over the past 15 years. That according to a new report by the Wisconsin Policy Forum. Now, the problem may get worse before it gets better, since a fifth of those drivers currently are at retirement age. The Policy Forum says any efforts to hire more drivers will be a challenge. Higher pay would help, but school districts and transit systems are already cash-strapped. And reducing required training could help, but the report says that could be unwise given the tremendous responsibility the bus drivers carry. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
3 people are now charged in the quick trip car theft involving children. 21-year-old Bobby Joe Reed III, 21-year-old Ladarius Latrell Wright, and 17-year-old Biddy Usama are all charged with felonies, including abduction of a child, operating a vehicle without the owner's consent, bail jumping, and carrying a concealed weapon. The car theft happened at the Quick Trip near 27th and College Avenue on Sunday. Police say they found the vehicle abandoned shortly after it was stolen with 2 children still inside. The kids were unharmed.
Recovery in Evansville continues after a historic tornado touched down on Thursday. Staying safe doesn't end after the storm has passed.
Laura McGuire with the Red Cross tells WTMJ there are steps people in and around Evansville can take to stay safe.
Do not enter any damaged buildings. Look around for dangerous debris. Stay clear of power lines. Do not use matches or lighters inside. If you smell gas.
And if you know someone, picking up the phone doesn't hurt either.
You check on people, check on your neighbors, make sure that everybody is well and safe.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Residents impacted by the tornado are encouraged to attend a town hall meeting at 5 o'clock today at the Evansville Fire District.
Well, Tom Brady is in Las Vegas just before the Super Bowl with an announcement about a few rings that are very special to him. That's right, the former NFL star.
My dear friend, our partner, Tom Brady.
The former NFL star was at the new Fontainebleau Las Vegas to preview the soon-to-open Hall of Excellence, a museum showcasing sports and other rare memorabilia, including his 7 Super Bowl rings.
Artifacts like those, they don't belong in closets. They don't belong hidden away in safes. They belong to the people.
Brady also briefly mentioned his retirement.
Super Bowl weekend, this is what I never really been to one of these outside of playing, so it's all a bit new for me.
The museum will open later this year. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Las Vegas.
Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucs hosting the Charlotte Hornets tonight at Fiserv Forum. Coverage begins following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. And college basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette hosts St. John's Saturday evening. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visits Rutgers Saturday morning.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 4:36.
QC Kinetics patient Robert Patterson, a veteran and business owner, struggled at work and in the gym with chronic agonizing shoulder pain.
Those injuries just continue to nag, and if you don't treat them, they just get worse. And I just kind of abused my body for a long time, and it finally had said enough is enough.
That's okay, because QC Kinetics tells your pain, hey, enough is enough. Their regenerative treatments bring you relief by helping restore and repair damaged tissue with no drugs, no downtime, and best of all, no surgery.
I was able to exceed the goals that I had previously attained in the gym. It was absolutely worth its weight in gold, so I could continue to live life without limitation.
Ready to get lasting relief from your joint pain? Call QC Kinetics to learn more about how natural biologic treatments can get you lasting results. Call now. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hello, I'm John Mercure, joined by Sarah Neubauer from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. She's here to talk about the big game and where you can enjoy it with all your friends while having great food, full bars, and plenty of TVs right at your fingertips. Sarah, so good to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I bet we're talking about the sports book, right?
Yeah, you got it, but it's not just our sports book that you can catch the game and our awesome drink specials. You can also find them at the 1100 Bar and Lounge on our second level, as well as Rock and Brews here at Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
I love it. Perfect, because the more TVs, the better for the big game.
Yes, exactly. Rock and Brews has over 20 high-definition TVs, as well as a 12-foot wide LED screen for the big game. And not to mention the delicious food that Rock and Brews has on their huge menu. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, it's going to be. All right, drink specials. Tell us more about the drink specials.
Yeah, so at all three spots, our sportsbook, 1100 Bar and Lounge, and Rock and Brews, you can score these 3 drink specials on game day. It's a bucket of Vizzy hard seltzers for just $25, a bucket of Miller Lite for just $20, and a dealer's choice pitcher for just $15.
Oh, man, those are great deals. But what's dealer's choice?
So Dealer's Choice is Potawatomi's Casino Hotel's exclusive Pilsner that was created in partnership with City Lights Brewing Company. We love this collaboration, and the flavor is so good, too. You have to try it. It's the perfect chance.
I love the collaboration. That's so cool. And I bet Potawatomi has big-time gaming, too.
We do. Show some love for winning by playing all February to earn entries with your club card every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. 3 of the 10 winners each hour will get to play the Love It or Leave It $400,000 giveaway game show. Contestants can either love their prize or leave it for another and possibly win reward play or up to $10,000 in cash.
The website is paysbig.com. Sarah Neubauer, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, John.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
A stunning failed vote in Washington, an historic Wisconsin tornado, horsing around with Dan Kelly and more. It's the Weekend Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Someone just stole my car on 27th Street with my 2 kids in the car.
Oak Creek police investigating the car that was stolen from a Quick Trip with 2 children inside the vehicle.
Officers are out with the SUV and the 2 kids are fine, okay? Are you serious, man? Yeah. Oh, my God. But you guys have my kids? Yeah, we do, yes.
He opened up the car, then he bonked his head.
The numbers tell a pretty incredible story. L.A. typically gets around 14 inches of rain during an entire year. Areas of L.A. have received around a foot of rain in 2 days.
Crews are working diligently on the convention center expansion.
This is now connecting us directly to the second floor of the South Building.
There'll be more space, more tech, more options, and more amenities.
Our objective was to give a meeting planner as few reasons as possible to say no.
Milwaukee Common Council this morning passed a resolution calling for changes in how EMS crews respond to calls.
I'll tell you, if I'm running one of those ambulance companies, I'm telling my people, you get your fannies out and you look around.
I'd like to invite, as a council, the CEOs to come explain this response.
Another major step for a proposed Hard Rock casino in Kenosha.
It was fair to the city of Kenosha, to the county of Kenosha, to the Menominee tribe.
Not everybody goes to a casino to gamble nowadays.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 216. The resolution is not adopted.
A stunning vote causing more chaos on Capitol Hill. A Republican effort to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas failed last night.
The allegations are baseless.
I'm Mike Gallagher, the Big Mouth talk show host, not Mike Gallagher, the misguided congressman from Wisconsin. I can only imagine what his email inbox looks like tonight. It can't be pretty.
The D.C. Court of Appeals has ruled that former President Donald Trump does not have blanket immunity from criminal prosecution for actions taken while in the White House.
Trump has until Monday to appeal to the Supreme Court. If the High Court declines the appeal, the judge overseeing the case could set a new trial date soon.
There goes Dirty Dan Kelly.
Someone held a picture up of Dan Kelly, and one guy blurted in the middle of the focus group that, this guy looks like a horse.
What?
There's something off about that horse.
Jennifer Crumbly sat emotionless as the guilty verdict against her was read.
We find the defendant guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
History on the High Court continuing to play out as the Supreme Court has wrapped up arguments on whether or not the state of Colorado can bar former President Donald Trump from the presidential ballot.
One thing I'll say is they kept saying about what I said right after the insurrection. I think you should take a look at the statements that I made before and after.
Whatever means there are to enforce it would suggest that they have to be federal, national means.
Just doesn't seem like a state call.
WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team Alert, a tornado warning in effect until 6:30 for Jefferson County.
This is a very dangerous situation. This is a reported tornado, large and dangerous, on the ground.
Look at the wind. Look at the wind. I mean, that wind, this thing has got to be crossing. It's very, very close right now. The trucks are now stopping. Through. Oh, my goodness.
Crews in southern Wisconsin going to start beginning the recovery and cleanup process this morning. This following Thursday night's confirmed tornado near Evansville in Rock County.
We know at least 20 homes and businesses were damaged, downed power lines littered across highways 59 and 14.
We would ask people to stay out of the area for right now.
We are seeing a lot. It just makes you take a breath and say, wow. My goodness.
This place was so beautiful. It's something that I've worked on for 10, 15 years, and it's all gone.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
In the primetime news conference, the president saying the special counsel exonerated him in the classified documents case. But that prosecutor also wrote he wouldn't take the case to a jury because they would see Mr. Biden as, quote, a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. The bottom line is the matter is now closed.
What a week. This guy looks like a horse.
My memory is fine.
Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
That's the Weekend Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. ABC's Alex Stone is in Vegas for the Super Bowl, and he's with us live up next.
Wake up with me. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 8:15 for Matzik's Morning Minute during Wisconsin's Morning News. Everything you need to know about all your favorite Wisconsin teams in just 60 seconds. Picked up by Lillard, lobs to Giannis, who thumps it down on the alley-oop. Every Monday and Friday at 8:15 during Wisconsin's Morning News.
Coaching in the arena and your jerseys hanging above you, I can turn to the players and say, guys, I swear to God, I play basketball. Just look up.
Sponsored by Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac.
John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. When it comes to investment and retirement planning, it's important to get it right. With interest rates, global conflicts, and question marks about the U.S. economy, it's a great time to put things in the hands of the pros at Annex Wealth Management. When it comes to investment and retirement planning, as well as tax and estate planning, Annex Wealth Management might be a great fit for the guidance they provide as a fee-only fiduciary. It's about you. It's not about those commissions. You've worked, saved, and invested for a long time. Be ready when it comes to your investment, retirement, and estate plan. And with the new Tax Smart Planning Strategies review, you'll have a wiser tax plan in place. I met with my Annex guy just today. Went over the plan. We talked tax planning strategies. We talked what does it look like in retirement. We sat down. He explained it all in a way that's easy to understand. Know the difference. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. That's Annex Wealth Management, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, or always as close as your computer. Money Talk, the Annex Wealth Management show, Saturdays, 10 a.m., here on WTMJ. It's Annex.
988 Wisconsin Lifeline. How can I help you?
Share hope, find purpose when you become a 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselor. The 988 Wisconsin Lifeline provides free and confidential support to anyone experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis. Staffed by Family Services, 988 has experienced tremendous growth, and more statewide counselors are needed to answer calls, texts, and chats to the Lifeline. If you want to share hope and find purpose in your next job, apply now. You can work remotely from anywhere in Wisconsin. Training is provided and flexible hours are available. 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselors enjoy competitive compensation and benefits packages. Most importantly, you can share hope and find purpose when you become a 988 Wisconsin Lifeline counselor. Apply today at 988lifelinecounselor.org. Family Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Paid for by grants from SAMHSA and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
Traffic and weather. Debbie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John. Well, we have southbound 43 kind of backing up right now from North Avenue down through the Marquette interchange and over the high-rise bridge. It's going to stay slow on 4394 southbound all the way down past the KK River, so be careful with that. Westbound 94 heavy from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is backing up basically out of the Zoo interchange all the way through to about 27th. Southbound 41 now starting to get into the act. We've got backups from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. You're back on the brakes on the bypass from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange past Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy and cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 39. Sunday, cloudy, 39. Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 40. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 41 degrees. Right now, temp dropping a little bit. Still clear skies. It's 48 degrees. Oh, I don't think Alex Stone probably slept at all last night. He is in Vegas covering the Super Bowl and everything associated with us. Alex, how is it out there?
Let me open up my door here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
okay. All right, close it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, did you get to see U2 at the Sphere? I can picture you there.
No, I have not been over there yet.
They sent Nathanson instead?
Yeah, that's more his gig, but I hear it's amazing. And the Sphere, when you fly in and out, and the big eyeball is looking at you, when they have the eyeball on it and looking at the planes, it's really weird.
What's it cost to get in the building if you want to go to the Super Bowl?
As of right now, and the numbers keep changing, but as of right now, about $6,300 to get a really bad seat, just to get in the stadium and then sit way up in the rafters. But if you want a good seat, there was...
Uh-oh. I think we lost Alex.
6,300 is down. I remember when we did this about a week and a half ago.
You're right.
It felt like just the get-in price was like $8,100. So there's been a little cooling on that. That's good news, I guess, if you're headed out looking for a ticket.
That's
Not
good
cheap.
news. A little bit of good news. I looked it up earlier. It's almost $50,000 if you want those seats on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's not doable.
Per ticket. That's crazy. All right, Alex is back with us. Sorry about the snafu there,
that.
Alex.
The gods did not like us in that. Yeah, to answer your question, and you were just saying some of it, but there is one on StubHub right now, $200,000 to get 50-yard line. I think that's more somebody just kind of throwing it out there to see if they would get paid that amount. But the more real ones, there was one that sold today for $14,000 on the 50-yard line.
Wow.
There's another for $23,000 earlier today. There was one for $40,000. So I mean, you add in the fees on that, and if you get two of them, you're talking like $90,000 to sit in a good seat. But the other ones, $6,300, $7,000. This is on par now to be the most expensive Super Bowl ever, beating out the one in L.A. 2 years ago. And the average to get in, the average ticket that's being bought is about $8,400. So I mean, it's a lot of money. But a lot of the fans here, guys, are showing up just planning they're not going to be able to buy a ticket because it's too expensive. They just want to be here in the atmosphere, experiencing what it's like, to be around everybody who's celebrating. Talked to this lady, and she says, but she's praying for a ticket. She's hoping that she's going to find a way in. Oh, now that won't play either. See, something is going crazy with us
Gremlins.
today. Anyway,
Alex,
she said she is praying to the
blackjack
NFL.
Table. They don't like when you're trying to do stuff at the blackjack table.
That is right. Absolutely.
Alex, what is security like?
It is very tight all day today. The Black Hawk helicopters and other Homeland Security choppers have been up, circling above the stadium here. You can probably hear the sirens behind me right now. There's just a lot of movement of things going on. They've got explosive detection dogs all over. They've got weapons of mass destruction units that are sniffing, using sniffers constantly for biological, nuclear threats. It's going to be a 30-mile ban on any drones up in the air on Sunday. The fighter jets will be in the air that we see every year, trying to make sure that no aircraft can get nearby. Police are everywhere. There are vehicle barriers around any building that has an NFL anything in it. Like in Mandalay Bay, that's where the NFL Experience is for families to go and check it out. And they want to make sure that nobody can do anything to that, just like to the stadium. So they want to make sure nobody can ram into it, nobody can do a car bomb. I mean, they say that they have tried to think of anything. There is no known credible threat to the game, but they have to be prepared. This is Vegas, 2017. They had the deadliest mass shooting in history in this city out of Mandalay Bay. And that now Mandalay Bay is where the heart of everything, the media center, the NFL Experience, all of it is right there. So this is still a very raw community in that way, and they've tried to do whatever they can to lock it down.
You know, it's such a destination location for the Super Bowl here, Alex. I'd be shocked if it didn't go back to Las Vegas on a pretty active rotation. But are you finding that just there's so many people who just want to be in the scene and maybe watch the game from the sports book and not even worry about a ticket, just be where everyone else is?
Absolutely, and that I would say that is most of everybody here, that they are saying that they don't care. They don't think they're actually going to get a ticket. They just want to be in the area. They have many who drove from Kansas City or drove from San Francisco to be here, and they just want to be generally around the environment. And, I mean, you can't even get reservations to a restaurant anywhere. If you don't have them already, you're eating at Chipotle tonight because everything is locked up. It's all big money right now, big packages, corporate everything. The Super Bowl will be back here probably every couple of years. The NFL has said that Vegas and L.A., where brand new SoFi Stadium is with all the NFL studios that they built right around it, that these two cities, because of the celebrity atmosphere, after shunning Vegas for so many years, the NFL is fully embracing it. This is the image that they want now of you can party at the game and then walk across a bridge back to Mandalay Bay, which is right next to it, and then you're connected to all the casinos down the strip. You can, all the big money restaurants, all the celebrity chefs. This is the image they want for the game moving forward, and that this looks like it'll be bouncing between L.A. and Vegas quite a bit in the coming years.
Alex, I assume you've been to Vegas before. Is the energy different on the Strip? Does it just feel different in addition to the security maybe being a little different? Is it amped up?
You know, I think it is just because so many fans, enthusiastic fans are here. Man, those sirens will not end back there. That it sounds like a lot of fire engines going somewhere. But the fan experience is what this is all about right now. And you've got all the celebrities coming in. And will Taylor Swift be arriving in her private jet and all the other private jets? They've actually run out of private jet parking at the airport and at Harry Reid. So it does have a different feel. I've been here a lot and covering stories. I mean, I pretty much lived here during the second O.J. Simpson trial when he was accused of the hotel room armed robbery. And this does have a much more amped up feel. And really tonight moving forward, being Friday and Saturday night before Super Bowl, it's going to have that much more of a feeling. Any Super Bowl, no matter what city, somebody always gets in trouble, gets arrested on a Friday or Saturday night. It was a big name. Hopefully that doesn't go on tonight. The teams are staying about 20 miles away because they don't want them to be able to get into trouble on the Vegas Strip tonight. They don't want them to come out of their hotel rooms and do something they shouldn't do or get distracted. So they're way far away and then coming in to do their practices, which are wrapping up today. So there's a big consideration that the NFL has done of how not to allow trouble to go on, knowing what Vegas is all about.
Alex, does your room have a hot tub in it?
Heart-shaped? No.
There's still time to upgrade.
That's right.
Complimentary upgrade.
For Mr. Stone, please. ABC's Alex Stone in Vegas. Thanks, Alex.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, have you listened to the brand new Scaffidiology podcast? Uninterrupted and unfiltered, WTMJ Steve Scafidi covers everything but politics in his Scaffidiology podcast. This week, what has longtime Wisconsin Morning News host Gene Miller been up to since he retired? And how did he take the news about Craig Counsell heading to the Cubs? Scafidi gets the answer to those questions and more from Milwaukee radio legend Gene Miller as they take a deep dive into Gene's life after WTMJ Radio. It's the Scaffidiology podcast. Catch the Scaffidiology podcast on WTMJ.com or Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. It is the Scaffidiology podcast. It is 4:56 at WTMJ.
Hey, the big game is right around the corner. In fact, there's a big game tonight in Milwaukee. Yeah, the Bucks are in action. You can get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy. Just simply download the Underdog Fantasy app or register online at UnderdogFantasy.com. When you do it, when you get signed up, make sure to enter the promo code WTMJ. Underdog Fantasy is going to double your first deposit up to $100. So you can start playing. That's right. What is it? What do you do? Good questions. Pick between 2 and 5 players, select higher or lower on the player's stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money in a single night. That's right. And yes, it's legal in the state of Wisconsin. Must be 18 years or older to participate. I got some fun stuff scheduled for the big game on Sunday. You can look at Giannis's point total tonight and select higher or lower, match it with an opponent's totals and numbers, and there you go. You are off and running. There's even for you a special pick if you get signed up. That's kind of like a freebie. Underdog Fantasy is going to get you off and running on a good foot. Underdog Fantasy. Promo code WTMJ. Sign up. Use the promo code. They'll give you $100 or double your first deposit up to $100. That's the way to go. Underdog Fantasy. Join me and play today.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Festa Italiana returns to Henry Meyer Festival Park for the first time since 2019. Organized by the Italian Community Center, the festival will run May 31st to June 2nd, kicking off the ethnic and cultural festival season at Milwaukee's lakefront. Delta Airlines and JetBlue Airways expand their service with new routes and larger aircraft at Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. Delta is adding additional flights to New York City, while JetBlue will be upgrading its daily flights between Milwaukee and Boston. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation raises more than $726 million through its multi-year Greater Together campaign. The campaign attracted donations ranging from $5 to $20 million from more than 4,800 donors. It encouraged giving across charitable interest while also emphasizing key priorities for community impact. I'm Linda Spice with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
I'm attorney David Gruber. You've heard our slogan thousands of times, but we are much more than just one call. We are one team, one community, one family, and we're the one law firm that can get you the results and compensation you deserve after a serious accident. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
WTMJ's John Mercure here for senior real estate specialist Bruce and Jean Nemovitz. If you've been holding off on selling your home or downsizing your parents' home, now's the time to contact Bruce and Jean. You deserve to enjoy the lifestyle you've earned. Learn how their team will guide you every step of the way. Join me at their free in-person seminar, March 5th, Berner Botanical Gardens. Doors open at 8:30, and you'll get critical info from local senior community representatives. Register at brucesteam.com, taking you from overwhelmed to I can do this. brucesteam.com.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
Not only did we receive a fair offer, but we were able to take as much time as we needed and could leave the house a mess.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Shop the January New Year's sale on better quality furniture and mattresses at Ken Michaels Furniture.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Fox and Hounds and Mineshaft restaurants are hiring friendly, people-oriented servers. You'll make real cash, full or part-time, and always busy. Inquire today, start next week.
Your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, cleanup continues in Evansville.
I'm Greg Matzik, celebrating one of the world's most popular foods.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and trouble on 894 southbound, just past Beloit Road. Got the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle, so watch out for backups coming in from National Avenue down to that point. Eastbound 94, backing up out of the Zoo Interchange all the way through the stadium. We got the westbound side heavy from about 16th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 43 going to be a bit slow from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down through the Marquette Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 31 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 40 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, an emergency declaration in Evansville following the destruction left by the first recorded February tornado in Wisconsin history. While main roads are open, several side streets are still closed as the cleanup continues. Only minor injuries were reported. Resident Ron Art shared his emotional reaction to seeing the destruction with TMJ4 News this morning.
This place was so beautiful, and it's something that I've worked on for 10, 15 years, and it's all gone.
Rock County Emergency Management is still conducting preliminary damage assessments.
Well, the Red Cross is assisting in Evansville after last night's storms. Laura McGuire with the Red Cross says there are multiple ways to make a difference.
Financial donations go the fastest and the quickest during these times. We also have a call out for people that might be interested in volunteering. Obviously, we can always use volunteers.
Residents impacted by the tornado are encouraged to attend a town hall meeting just underway at the Evansville Fire District.
A man is dead after being struck attempting to cross the street in Wauwatosa. Officers responding to the crash at 103rd and Wisconsin Avenue. The man was pronounced deceased at the scene. The driver on scene stayed and is cooperating with the investigation. Wisconsin Avenue in Tosa is currently closed due to the crash investigation.
Well, Milwaukee Cermak grocery store remains closed this day after being ordered to shut down by the health department for nearly 24 health code violations.
Cleaning crews were at work Thursday making necessary corrections at the Cermak. The report obtained by WTMJ indicates rodents, cockroaches, and numerous other code violations were ongoing at the Walker's Point store before the inspection earlier this week. The health department says the store will remain closed until it is brought back into compliance. The department's report indicates the business has until February 20th to be back up to code. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
More options to travel out of Milwaukee. Delta Airlines and JetBlue are both expanding their services from General Mitchell International. Delta will add additional nonstop daily flights to LaGuardia and JFK in New York, and JetBlue will fly to JFK as well as Boston. JetBlue is also adding 20 to 30 more seats on each airplane.
Well, 350 slices of pizza are eaten every second in the United States. That's right. Today is National Pizza Day. Italian Community Center President Sandy Winnard tells WTMJ why it's one of the most popular foods in the world.
It's a sharing food, in the whole concept of, individual pizzas. But I think part of the whole thing of pizza is this food that connects food and family, because you make this pizza and you sit down as a family or a group of friends and you share it.
Americans consume 23 pounds of pizza per person each year.
In sports, the Bucks host the Hornets tonight at Fiserv Forum. Coverage begins following the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ. And college basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette hosts St. John's tomorrow evening. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visits Rutgers tomorrow morning.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 5:05.
Do you have the winter?
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzik.
Every once in a while in the NBA, a player comes along that you watch and say to yourself, man, that guy just gets under my skin. An instigator, someone you just don't really want to root for, but they're in the league and, hey, you're watching the Bucks play, so hey, it's put in front of your face. Sam Cassell was like that for me. Remember him? Seemed like kind of a pain in the butt when he played for the Houston Rockets and won championships. Brash, arrogant, an instigator. And then he joined the Milwaukee Bucks and opinions magically changed. P.J. Tucker, in recent memory, was another player who went on a different team you probably despised, but after he joined the Bucks, you said, great, now we're going to win a title. The Bucks did just that a few years ago. The latest example in players you once despised but now will come to cheer for, Patrick Beverley, a career instigator and under-your-skin player who has a beef with just about everybody he plays against. And he's had that for several years. He's a defensive-minded player, so he gets up in your business, gets under your skin. If he's not on your team, you love to hate him. If he's on your team, you'll have no choice to root for him. That's the case now in Milwaukee, as Beverley will make his Bucks debut tonight. Acquired to be just that, a player with an edge, an instigator, someone to get under the skin of the opponent. It's exactly what the Bucks need.
Do you have the winter blues? WTMJ's John Mercure here. Brighten up your Friday with a great fish fry at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. I love the Fox and Hounds, and the cod is all you care to eat and one of the best. All other dinners are buy one, get one free, including desserts, even on a Friday and Saturday night. I love the dinners. I love the desserts. It's the best weekend dining value in the state. Relax with a delicious old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons, your favorite ice-cold beer, a wine list with 100 fine wines. Saturday, buy one prime rib dinner, get one free. Highly recommended, the magnificent Sunday brunch. Kids and grandkids under 3, eat for free. The Fox and Hound sits in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest. The setting is spectacular, and those 7 wood-burning fireplaces are perfect. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. It's a beautiful drive. Escape from your kitchen with a great Friday fish fry and a free dinner this weekend. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com. I love the Fox and Hounds.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone, Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations, brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp, and new siding that's been known to stop traffic. And it's all backed by a team that over the last 20 years have put a lot of heart and soul into building a reputation that you can believe in. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Dr. Michael Nolte. Expertscape recently named him part of the top 1% of spine expertise in the world. Dr. Nolte has published over 50 peer-reviewed articles in leading scientific journals and authored more than 100 national presentations. They added this MVP specialist for orthopedic, neurosurgical, and spine care because at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John Mercure.
All right, happy Friday. Hope you're having a really good day. Hope you have nice plans for the weekend. As part of our Decision Wisconsin coverage, WTMJ will be previewing elections that will be on ballots across southeast Wisconsin in the February 20th spring primaries. Man, they're almost here. WTMJ's Adam Roberts has a look at where polls will be open this month in Waukesha County.
Vote like your whole world depended on it.
The countdown continues to Wisconsin's spring primary on February 20th. All month long on WTMJ, we're providing a look at what voters can expect on their ballots when they head to the polls. This week, we take a look at what primaries are coming up in Waukesha County. First up, a school board referendum that voters are quite familiar with in the Waterford Union District, which includes parts of far southeast Waukesha County. There, voters will once again choose if they support or oppose the most expensive school referendum in the state. $91 million is the ask, which would come with an increase in property taxes of about $350 a year.
The gym has buckets hanging, catching leaks, and I vote yes for the referendum.
I think what they're doing is they're trying to just tax us to death.
It's the third straight year the Waterford School District has asked voters for more money, hoping to upgrade the city's 65-year-old high school building. Voters have turned down a smaller $20 million referendum for the past 2 years. Over in Brookfield, voters in District 5 will replace outgoing Alderman Scott Berg. Candidates include businessman Sean Campbell, attorney Amanda Davis, and the city's Director of Administration, Dean Marquardt. Meanwhile, in the town of Genesee, the town board supervisor position is up for grabs. Residents will vote in the primary for 2 of the following candidates: Tony Reese, Terry Tesh, Art Schneider, Mark Pickler, Adam Coker, and Adrian Tengler. And in the village, not city, but village of Waukesha, incumbent village trustee Michael Gorechtke is being challenged for his seat by Roger Adams and Cheryl Kay. Now, important reminder, the deadline to pre-register to vote has now passed for February 20th, but there are still other ways to register. Voters still have time to head to their local clerk's office between now and February 16th, or you can register day of at your local polling place. Just make sure to bring your legal ID and proof of residence with. For those wishing to vote absentee, most must request a ballot by February 15th, except for those in hospitals who have until 5 p.m. on the 20th to have a ballot brought to them. Reminder, all ballots must be received by 8 p.m. on the 20th in order to count towards the final tally. Coming up next week, we explore what's on the ballot this month in Ozaukee and Washington counties. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
All right, we'll continue to give you information on Decision Wisconsin coverage. You can always check it out, including our RNC podcast at WTMJ.com or on the WTMJ mobile app. Some very interesting prop bets available for the Super Bowl, and not shockingly, a lot of them involve Taylor Swift. We'll share those with you up next.
News.
A suspect arrested now.
Traffic.
It's a smooth ride right now.
Weather.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast.
And sports.
Oh, baby.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Hey, almost dinner time. Time to start thinking about what is going to go on the table tonight. If you make it a Palermo's night, I'm telling you, everyone will be happy. And it's National Pizza Day. You can't go wrong, right? Support local, eat great. Palermo's is the way to go. Celebrating its 60th anniversary. Palermo's, a Wisconsin staple. Nationwide, it is sold and can be found wherever you like to shop. Festival Foods, Piggly Wiggly, Sendik's, Woodman's, Pick and Save, you name it. You're pretty close to a store right now, I would guess. Or you're going to be pretty soon. So why not stop off, load up the cart, load one in the oven tonight, put the rest in the freezer, maybe indulge over the weekend. No need for delivery on the day of the big game. Just pop in a Palermo's or two. Everyone's going to be happy. I can promise you that. It's Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza. Settle on one tonight. Screamin' Sicilian, Connie's Urban Pie. That's the hard part, picking which one is going to go in the oven. Try them all. It's Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
People saw me and assumed I couldn't work. They only saw a disability, but I was ready to work. I am dependable, trainable, and productive. Then someone decided to believe in me and say yes.
And once you say yes, Thinkability Wisconsin will be there, providing transition and workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers to help shape a better future for all. It all starts when you say yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big pet care sale is going on now, and that means huge savings on the food, treats, and supplies you need to help keep your pets happy and healthy. Right now, get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you buy select bags of Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food, 40-pound bags of Blaine's brand black oil sunflower seed, just $17.99. Plus, get big savings on trusted automotive brands, like 2.5-gallon boxes of Clean Def, just $8.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Traffic is sponsored by the Delafield Brewhouse Restaurant and Brewery. Visit delafieldbrewhouse.com for daily specials.
Enjoy Naga Wicked Pale Ale Beer Battered Cod at the Delafield Brewhouse. Available Fridays for lunch and dinner. Dine in or take out ready. The Delafield Brewhouse. Drink ale, live lager.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. How's our Friday ride rolling, Deb?
Well, we got a couple of issues to deal with. First of all, an accident on the on-ramp from Capitol Drive to northbound 41. Heads up with that. Then we've also got a problem. It's a broken down vehicle just south of Beloit Road. The left lane is blocked. So now we've got backups all the way back to Greenfield with this. So heads up with that. Eastbound 94, you're seeing backups from about 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to about 27th. The westbound side is heavy from 27th out past Hawley Road. The rest of the system not looking too bad. Maybe a little bit of a backup coming out of the Mitchell interchange heading towards Loomis on 894 westbound. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, cooler, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunshine, a high of 39. On Sunday, mostly cloudy, 39. On Monday, a little bit warmer, sunny with a high of 40. And on Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 41 degrees. Right now, clear skies and 47. So I was up in the work area today, up where our offices are, and I have my headphones on. I was listening to something. Then I suddenly hear one of our young workers say, "Why do you hate her so much?" And so then I kind of took my headphones off so I could hear because I wanted the juicy gossip. I was like, what are they talking about? And two of them got in a big fight about whether Taylor Swift was good for America or not. And it was personal. It was like, what do you mean you don't like her? She's awesome. She won 13 Grammys. And why do people have to hate on everything in America that's great? And it was like heated. I had to put the headphones back on because I was distracted by the veracity of the discussion over Taylor Swift.
You didn't walk over there with a thing of popcorn and sit down and watch?
No, but I did try to keep listening. It was fascinating.
So the world of Super Bowl prop bets is a thing. It's a big thing. It's kind of a fun thing, right? Everything from the color of the liquid to be poured over the winning head coach. They don't even call it Gatorade anymore. They just call it liquid. Yeah. That's fine because it could be water, it could be clear, right? There are prop bets for pretty much anything. The length of Reba McEntire's national anthem, 86.5 seconds. So do the math. That is 2 minutes and 6.5 seconds, over or under.
I need to know what the average is. Like, would that be fast or slow?
It varies. I tend to think that usually it goes over, and I think it's usually adjusted the total time because you're thinking they're going to be so amped to sing the national anthem because you're on that massive stage.
Right.
But usually I go over, and usually it ends up working out.
Okay.
Will McEntire sing the U.S. national anthem a cappella? It's a yes or no. Coin flip result. Will the broadcast show a casino floor or sports book during the game, right? I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do.
Oh,
and then there's a whole separate section for Taylor Swift prop bets.
Almost 20 of them, Greg.
I know. We won't go through the entire list, but I did go through the entire list myself, as did you, and we did a little checkbox, yes or no, based upon the question asked. Want to go through a few?
Let's go through a few.
All right. Will Swift be shown on camera during the game at least 6 times?
No. I said no, if you don't count the pregame.
I said yes, and it's during the game.
That's right.
So I'm going to include anything. Is that national anthem and beyond? Is that kickoff and beyond?
I think kickoff and beyond.
Okay. You got to define it
during
right?
the game,
because I think during the anthem she'll be shown.
I do too, but I think. Well, it says during the game, but you're right. I don't know.
Will Swift make it to the Super Bowl on time, given she has a concert in Tokyo the day before?
This is a total yes. She will end the concert early if she has to get to see her boy.
I don't like your little
What do you think? Yes or no on that one?
Yes. I mean, the U.S. Embassy has already said that she's going to make it, right?
Think about that. The U.S. Embassy has weighed in on Taylor Swift flying home.
Fascinating. Will Swift be wearing a Kelsey jersey? Yes or no?
No.
I say no.
I say no also. She's been wearing fancy, customized Chiefs stuff and not jerseys.
Will Swift be shown singing the national anthem?
No.
I also have no.
That just doesn't feel right. I just feel that's not going to be the case.
All right. As it pertains to her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, will Kelce make the Swift famous heart hands after scoring a touchdown?
Yes.
I said no. But I'm thinking Travis probably does score a touchdown, which is a key component to the question.
I think yes, because all any of us want is for our girl to be happy and be in the right mood, if you know what I mean. And if he throws up the heart hands, yeah.
Will
she's
Swift
feeling
be
it.
shown hugging Kelsey's mom during the game? That's a tough one because he may have to score a touchdown for that to happen.
That is. I'm going to go yes. The optics would be really good.
I'm going to go yes as well. Will Swift hug Brittany Mahomes after a Chiefs touchdown, the wife of Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes?
Are they tight? Are they good buds?
They're always next to each other in the suite.
Do they usually hug?
Yes. It's happened before, a little side action hug or sometimes frontal hug.
I think I'm going to go no because I said yes for Kelsey's mom. I think that's where the hug goes.
You think that's where the hug goes? Okay.
What do you think?
I say yes.
Okay.
I think Taylor's a hugger.
You got double hug going.
Will Swift be shown on camera during Usher's Super Bowl halftime show?
No.
Okay.
What do you think?
I say no as well. And finally, will Swift be in a Super Bowl commercial? I say no. I say no to that.
One. I think no. Yeah.
Okay.
I think no.
All right, there we go. Taylor Swift prop bets.
And by the way, we just gave you the icing on the cake. If you want more, you can Google it. There's a lot more.
Speaking of icing on the cake, I don't know if you have cake at your Super Bowl party, but the average number of calories consumed during the Super Bowl, they say it is the tops on the list, and it's more than Thanksgiving.
How many is it?
More than Thanksgiving. So the average person...
So Thanksgiving is like 5,000, I remember.
It is.
I think it's between. I want to say it was almost 5,000.
Okay, so
for the day, for all of Thanksgiving Day,
the entire day.
Yeah.
So this is just like a 3-hour window.
Okay.
Maybe 4-hour window. Could be a little longer.
I think for the meal. Well, I don't remember the meal, but I think I remember it was 5,000 for the day. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so here we go. According to the Snack Food Association, Americans consume about 11.2 million pounds of potato chips, 8.2 million pounds of tortilla chips. Put it all in the hopper along with all the other things, and they believe it's a grand total of caloric intake over 2,500.
That's just during the game.
Okay, but here's what they leave out. I'll go through the list. Tell me noticeably what is out. 2 slices of pepperoni pizza, over 600 calories. 4 chicken wings, 473 calories. A serving of nachos, 275 calories. Barbecue potato chips, 200 calories. Half a cup of salsa con queso, 179 calories. Celery with that ranch, that's going to go to over 100 calories. What they don't really have incorporated here, and there's buffalo wings, there's all sorts of different things, but they haven't factored in beer or alcohol.
Oh, see, my list has beer.
Oh, it does.
As the second thing. You're right. That's got to be.
So that's going to be another 1,000 calories, maybe?
Well,
500 to 1,000?
5 cans of beer is 730 calories.
Okay, if you're doing a Coors Light or a Miller Lite, right? That's in the 100-ish calorie range.
Yeah.
So about 2,500.
I feel like these numbers are low.
I kind of do too.
Like if I'm grazing, 2,400 during the game, I'm eating more than that. For 4 or 5 hours when there's snacks out all game, then you are going to kind of have a main meal. You're going to be drinking. Doesn't that seem low, 2,400?
So sweets are also going to ramp that up a little bit, right? A lot of this stuff has cheese or ranch or,
But that's a good point because sweets aren't on the list you just read, and there's going to be sweets.
Oh, there's got to be
Grab a handful of peanut M&Ms. Somebody's going to bring brownies. Right, there's going to be sweets.
And you just sort of at it all day.
Yes.
Right? When it's out, it's out. And you just sort of start grazing.
So what I saw, the sheet that I saw said the same as you, 2,400 during the game, but it showed 6,000 for the day.
Okay.
But that accounted for the grazing. So 6,000 kind of an all-day graze.
I'm kind of a grazer on Super Bowl Sunday.
Isn't that part of the fun?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
the good stuff. How much are Americans expected to spend for their parties? The average American will spend $86. So at first I said $86, but that's really not a lot. If you think about all the snacks you just referenced, you buy alcohol, that's not cheap. You buy
you bring a bottle of wine or something like that to a friend's
$15
party.
for the wine alone, $15 for the 6-pack of Liney's. That's not. So 80% of that $86 will be spent on food and beverages. Okay, which makes sense. What else are you going to spend money on? But people will also spend money on team apparel, TVs, and decorations for the party.
Interesting.
So $86 is what the average person will spend. I guess that makes sense because if you're hosting the party, like I would spend double that if I'm hosting, but then if I'm coming to the party, I might only spend $25. I'm bringing one snack and maybe a bottle of wine.
I wonder if there's going to be an Apple Vision Pro party where everybody's wearing the headsets, just kind of sitting around enjoying the game at their own sort of pace. You can call up different screens and stats. Nobody's really, I guess you could talk and enjoy it, but everything is just sort of self-contained.
Can you imagine? We're going to see video of a party where like 10 people had it on. They were all sitting on their sofa with the dumb things on their head.
I could imagine that, yes.
Yeah, we'll look for that video. It is 5:26 at WTMJ. Interested to talk to meteorologist Brian Niznansky about yesterday's tornado. He will be with us live coming up here in 10 minutes. First time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The S&P in record territory, up 28 points today to close at 5,026. First time ever closing over 5,000. The NASDAQ with a huge day, up 197 points. It's at 15,990. The Dow down a little bit, 55 points. It's at 38,671. Get ready for 2024 with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. John Mercure here from my friends at Annex Wealth Management and Dave Drakamp Heating. When you experience temperatures at 10 degrees below zero, more than 15 inches of snow, rain showers and sunny days in the 40s, all in a 3-week period, it can only mean one thing: you live in Wisconsin. It actually means a second thing. You need to make sure you have my guys at Dave Drakamp on speed dial, because they're going to take care of whatever the weather sends your way. For over 42 years, Dave Drakamp Heating has lived here too, right by your side, ready and prepared for when anything happens. Spring, summer, fall, or winter, even when they all seem to happen at once. Whenever you're experiencing a home comfort dilemma, just call Dave Drakamp Heating. They've been coming to my house for more than a decade. From free estimates for new equipment, routine maintenance to ensure your system is ready for anything, or because you simply have a question about your home comfort, call 262-367-2820. It's Dave Drakamp. Dave Drakamp Heating, because your comfort is their family solution. DaveDragCamp.com. It's DaveDragCamp.com.
The pain was so bad I could barely walk, and now after stem cell treatment, I run marathons.
Now this is an exaggeration, but I do hear about unbelievable miracle outcomes, and I have to ask, do you really believe them? If they were true, these biological treatments wouldn't even have to be advertised. Truth is, stem cell effectiveness is nowhere near 100%. It's expensive, and it doesn't last. At Rejuvenex, our FDA-approved pharmacological treatments ease inflammation and reduce pain. They're precisely administered to where your pain lives, and they work. Will the pain reduction last forever? No. But in some cases, relief has lasted as long as 24 months, and in most cases, insurance has paid for the treatments entirely. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free, too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yup, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread in your tires. I'm Brett Matschke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
ABC News, I'm Daria Aldinger. The White House says President Biden will appoint a task force to protect classified material during transitions. Ian Sams, spokesman for the White House counsel.
This is unfortunately very common occurrence in our country. The National Archives has talked about how
80 different libraries and collections just in the last decade or so have called and said, oh, we found classified documents in these papers.
Sam's emphasizing that Mr. Biden cooperated with authorities during the investigation, which he says former President Trump did not in his classified documents case. Israeli defense forces are evacuating the city of Rafah a day after the U.S. said a possible ground incursion could be a disaster for Palestinian civilians. No word of damage or injuries yet from earthquakes that were felt today in Los Angeles and in Hawaii. The S&P, the stock index most retirement funds are weighted to, closed today over 5,000 for the very first time. This is ABC News.
Check those roads. Debbie Lazaga, how we doing out there?
Well, we still have the two problems. One is an accident on the ramp from Capitol Drive to northbound 41. And then we've also got a broken down vehicle southbound 894 just south of Beloit Road. That's got the left lane blocked. So we've really got big backups all the way back from Greenfield all the way down. Eastbound 94, slow from 92nd Street through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side's going to slow down around 27th Street. Starts to let up once you get past Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 31. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 40 degrees. It's currently 47. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Evansville, Wisconsin community is reeling from major damage of a confirmed tornado last night. Rock County Sheriff Curtis Fell says people should stay away from the Evansville area while recovery work continues.
We have some gas leaks in a couple areas, as well as a lot of down power lines, a lot of trees down. Don't come and try to take pictures or do anything like that. Let us do our job.
So far, only minor injuries have been reported.
Well, staying safe doesn't end after the storm has passed.
Laura McGuire with the Red Cross tells WTMJ there are steps people in and around Evansville can take to stay safe.
Do not enter any damaged buildings. Look around for dangerous debris. Stay clear of power lines. Do not use matches or lighters inside. If you smell gas.
And if you know someone, picking up the phone doesn't hurt either.
You check on people, check on your neighbors, make sure that everybody is well and safe.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
A Waukesha County teen is still missing without vital medication. 16-year-old Isaiah Kramer was last seen Sunday evening near Maple Avenue and Center Drive in the village of Vernon. Kramer requires daily medication that he does not have with him. At this time, the area search efforts have ended in Vernon, but all leads continue to be investigated by the Waukesha Sheriff's Department. Kramer is a light-skinned black male, 5'9", 200 pounds, and was last seen wearing dark-colored sweatpants and a dark-colored hooded sweatshirt.
Well, 3 people are now charged in the Quick Trip car theft involving children. 21-year-old Bobby Joe Reed III, 20-year-old Ladarius Latrell Wright, 17-year-old Dabai Usama are all charged with felonies, including abduction of a child, operating a vehicle without an owner's consent, bail jumping, and carrying a concealed weapon. Car theft happened at the Quick Trip near 27th and College on Sunday. Police say they found the vehicle abandoned shortly after it was stolen, with 2 children still inside and unharmed.
On Sunday, there's the game, and there are the commercials. More than 40% of those watching the Super Bowl are only there for the ads.
Hey! But some commercials, like this one, starring David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston, are already online. You still don't know, do you?
I don't.
Right.
That's a leverage point.
Belter and Lincoln's creative director Garth Kramer tells Wisconsin's Morning News it does make sense for marketers to post their ads early.
People see these ahead of time, and they're familiar with them. They are looking for them when they come on, and they kind of point them out to their friends at the party. So it's wise for them to kind of do these pre-releases.
I hate this town. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Well, night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucs. The Hornets are in town. Our coverage gets underway following the 6 o'clock news. Newly acquired guard Patrick Beverly expected to play tonight. College basketball, 7th-ranked Marquette takes on St. John Saturday evening in Milwaukee. 11th-ranked Wisconsin visits Rutgers. And the Admirals' 12-game winning streak on the line tonight.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 5:35.
Home and auto insurance continues to get more turbulent. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thank you, Vince. It's hard to remember a time when the home and auto insurance market was this complex. Insurance companies are getting out of the personal insurance business altogether. The cumulative effect of inflation on home repairs, auto repairs, and used cars is staggering. Higher deductibles are being applied to roofs for perils like wind and hail, meaning more out-of-pocket expense for the consumer. Insurance companies are extremely focused on writing only profitable new business and raising premiums to cover the increased cost of claims.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
As a business insurance top 100 firm, our deep industry knowledge and our team of professionals carefully and accurately design insurance programs that protect our clients and their most valuable assets while being competitive on price. At R&R Insurance, we know home and auto insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Candlelight dinners are romantic, but not for 3 weeks straight. Hi, this is Steve from Mr. Holland's Home Services. Sure, the flickering flame of a scented candle can set the mood, but your mood will suddenly sour if the lights stay off for an extended period of time. It happens. Power lines freeze and fall, the grid goes down, along with your refrigerator, microwave, furnace, and internet. And let me tell you, eating cold cuts by candlelight will test even the strongest relationship. But we have the solution to your potential power problems. Let Mr. Holland's Home Services install a brand new whole house backup generator. It's hardwired to your home's electrical network to keep the lights burning and the power churning. You may also qualify for 24 months interest-free financing. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services, 866-992-1717, or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. For peace of mind you can't hold a candle to, we can help.
Hey 620 WTMJ fans, Gary Ellison here for my friends at Best Electric Services. They're family owned and operated and have been serving you for over 50 years. No job is too big or too small, whether it's completing a residential or commercial project or even installing electrical vehicle charging. Best Electric provides quality service at fair prices. They are experienced and licensed electrical contractors ready to get to work. Connect with the Best Electric Services. Find out what they can do for you and visit bestelect.com today.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. When I grab a hot dog, I make sure it's a Vienna beef hot dog, the official hot dog of the Milwaukee Brewers and the best hot dog in the business. It's the biggest week in football. Make sure you stock up at your local grocer with Vienna beef hot dogs. Manufactured since 1893, they are the real deal. Available at select grocers and hot dog stands in the Milwaukee area. It's football week. It's Vienna beef week. It's Vienna beef hot dogs, the only thing you need at your tailgate. John Mercure, Vienna beef. It's my hot dog.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
So about this time yesterday, Brian Desnansky was warning us that, man, it looks really serious out there. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets serious. It could get heavy. And then Niz, who's with us now, we got off the phone with you, and literally less than 10 minutes later, the tornado warning was issued.
Yeah, it was. It really started to evolve, and to be honest, let's even rewind like a day prior. I don't like. I know how people take words, and I know the word tornado, raises eyebrows. So, like the day before, I really contemplated even mentioning the possibility of a tornado, and I did go ahead and do that on air because we've never seen a tornado in the month of February on record here in Wisconsin, and sure enough, it played out yesterday afternoon.
It was insane. So tell us how strong it was. Tell us how unusual it was.
Yeah, not only, unusual to have any tornado in the month of February. It's never been on record. Sure, there probably were some prior to records kept in 1950 or beyond. So, but for it to be a high-end EF2, which would be a strong tornado for us here in Wisconsin any time of the year, even in the month of June. The majority of our tornadoes are EF0s, EF1s. Now, sure, we've had EF4s, we've had EF5s, so they can get stronger. But this was a high-end EF2, and that can do some significant damage. In fact, there's some spots that are really borderlining EF3 damage, and they're going to continue to assess that damage. That's just a preliminary report from the National Weather Service.
So, Niz, what separates 2 from 3 in terms of the amount of damage?
The main thing when you're looking at houses, now, not every building is the same. It's how it's built, how old it is, what kind of structure. But in general, when you're looking at well-built structures, from a 2 to a 3, you start to notice the walls coming down as well. From EF2, the roof could get ripped off, but the walls and everything remain intact. EF3, you start to notice the walls caving in. A couple other things with trees, you start seeing bark getting ripped off of the trees and stuff like that. that. So they're not quite ready to make that determination yet with the Weather Service. This may stand as an EF2. It really doesn't matter. A lot of damage in the heart of, some really good farm country out there. There's a lot of hardworking farmers, hardworking families that are dealing with a mess that it does extend into western Jefferson County as well. Now, with that said, I don't want to downplay the damage that's there, but we should be very, very thankful that this tornado lifted when it did, because if it did not lift when it did, you were about a mile or two away from this slamming right into Fort Atkinson, which is a much more populated area. Sure, Fort Atkinson, it's a small city, but I think you're talking about roughly, I might be wrong on this, but I think like maybe 20,000 people in that area. And that would be a much different story than it ripping up farms.
All right, Niz, what does tonight and the weekend look like?
Yeah, so tonight we got quiet weather, and it's going to be some great weather for this weekend for those who are going to be picking up. Again, it's a pretty big mess out there in Rock County and into western Jefferson County. So quiet tonight, quiet tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 40. Sunday, partly cloudy, 40 degrees. Monday, partly cloudy, 44. And Tuesday, partly cloudy and a high of 36 degrees. So we say goodbye to the crazy warm weather. By the way, another record high today, and a little bit more typical February weather, but still above average. I mean, we're far from, middle of winter stuff.
All right, meteorologist Brian Nisnansky. Thanks, Niz.
All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
It is 5:42 at WTMJ.
Wake up with me. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 8:15 for Matzik's Morning Minute during Wisconsin's Morning News. Everything you need to know about all your favorite Wisconsin teams in just 60 seconds. Picked up by Lillard, lobs to Giannis, who thumps it down on the alley-oop. Every Monday and Friday at 8:15 during Wisconsin's Morning News.
Coaching in the arena and your jerseys hanging above you, I can turn to the players and say, guys, I swear to God, I play basketball. Just look up.
Sponsored by Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love my dogs. They become like children in our house. I'm not a lot like raising kids. They didn't always listen as best as they could. So I started working with Matt at Sit Means Sit Dog Training, and they are awesome there. We've had a great experience, even better results. Our dogs are even better behaved. They just are. They've made me a better dog owner, and that's why Bella and Baxter are better behaved. As a client, I know the good work that Sit Means Sit does. I trust them. You too can have a happy, confident, obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training today to schedule a free consultation. SitMeansSitWaukesha.com.
You've heard real James Imaging Systems customers here on the radio for years talking about their trusted document imaging partnership with James Imaging Systems. Brookfield Buick GMC controller Jay Doyle.
I do love working with James Imaging. They do a great job. They're like it's one of your workers. They want to help.
Gabe Colasari, IT manager at RJ Schinner, described his document imaging partnership with James Imaging Systems this way.
They're the imaging professionals. That's something that we don't have to worry about. So yeah, we want that trusted partnership.
And James Imaging Systems customer Jason Rose, President, CEO with AccuRite Tax and Financial Services, summed up his trusted document imaging partnership with James.
Happy clients, happy workers, happy me.
Be happy. Start your trusted document imaging partnership with James Imaging Systems today. It's easy to do. Call 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
When it comes to remodeling, everyone has advice about who you should hire. But who can you trust? Your boss? Neighbors? Random online reviews? No. When it comes to remodeling, you can trust NARI. All NARI members are experienced, proven, qualified, and verified by local people who know the industry and have your back. Join us for the NARI Spring Home Improvement Show, February 16th through 18th at State Fair Park. Get discount tickets at narimilwaukee.org.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Traffic and weather all afternoon. It begins with Debbie Loziga. Good afternoon, Deb.
All right, we still have this accident on the Capitol Drive on-ramp to northbound 41, so watch out for that. And we still have the issue on 894 southbound south of Beloit Road. It's a broken down vehicle blocking the left lane and that's backing things up all the way back to Greenfield Avenue. So be careful with that. On the eastbound side of 94, hitting the brakes at 92nd Street through the stadium. The westbound side's just heavy right in the stadium interchange, so careful with that. And then along southbound 43, from just north of Fond du Lac Avenue, you're finding delays all the way down over the high-rise bridge. Northbound side's going to be slow from about Howard Avenue all the way up past Oklahoma. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Devastation in the Northwoods because of the lack of snow. It's just bad. Companies are in danger of literally going out of business. We've been reporting on this and how somebody needs to help up there. Cody's Point of View is in Phelps, and it is a beautiful place, and they are being devastated by the lack of this winter. Genevieve Cody is with us this afternoon. Genevieve, thank you so much for making some time for us.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
So this really jumped out at me, and I want you to fill this in after I give this statistic. You are set to lose $20,000 this winter due to canceled stays and much lower bookings. That's double what you lost through the entire pandemic. This is amazing.
We actually, it's a little bit higher than that. We did a fine-tuned calculation yesterday, but we just heard that a gas station right down the road is losing $4,000 to $5,000 a day. This is just a completely unprecedented situation here.
Genevieve, how can you recover? Or do you need to work at building in mechanisms for future years that allow you to absorb a big change in weather like this?
Yeah, regardless of folks' politics on climate change, we've owned our resort five years now. This is our sixth winter here. And 4 of the 6 winters, we had record snowfalls here, like completely, most snow ever. And then this year we have this. So it's for whatever reason these days it seems more volatile, and in with the good, out with the bad. But, I think part of what is odd is that Vilas County is much more reliant on tourism for its economy than the other counties in the state. And, I think from an economic perspective, I have an economic development background besides owning a lake resort. It just means a different way of doing business, as you say. And I think part of it is what the employers are facing with the continuity of having the same employees year-round and then having to lay them off. You can't keep those quality employees, especially in a time when unemployment is so low. It's a challenge. And so, there's not a clean-cut resolution here, but I think it's really – we don't want to go away from tourism. This is a wonderful area for tourism. There's so much to do. It's such a special place. But at the same time, how do you plan for this? It's like the 100-year flood, so to speak.
So, Genevieve, take us inside the numbers because you have crunched the numbers a little bit. When it comes to reliance on tourism, specifically outdoor sports tourism, and how weather plays in, take us inside what you discovered about Vilas County.
Well, Travel Wisconsin, the state's tourism arm, releases every year an economic impact report of the impact of tourism by county. And if you create a ratio of that figure of millions of dollars spent by tourists in the different counties as a part of a component of a ratio with the gross domestic product by county, which is the overall economy, essentially, you get a ratio of how much tourism is a part of the economy. And Vilas County, where we live, seems to be possibly the most affected of sorts. We are